I don't drink and I don't party, so it's okay if you have. So it's okay if you have a little side thing as long.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither.
Hey, you already know what the fuck going on. It's your boy Giggle. Hey, my name Giggle, but ain't shit funny, bitch. Shout out my boy Roy. Hey, we recording this shit at the Wynn Casino live at the top floor, but we at Encore. Man, I'm about to let this shit ride. Let's go.
We get money that boys don't, that's why they mad. SRTs and tinted windows, we maxed up when we roll past. 250 in all blues, I fell asleep holding some cash. I fuck my op bitch, now that boy he stalked my page, that shit is sad. I heard this money on my head, come get your bag. That boy said he gon' do what? For the couch he beg, he won't do that. Track hot Jeep and it's all black. I got a big trophy on my neck. Reach for my chain, gon' die like that. Bro put a hole in one, but he don't play golf. Me and my brother run around that night and we both had Glock with me. Mo said he popped one of these next day, woke up in the SRT. You ain't built for this life, that boy crashed out trying to be like me. Came up, cashed out, brand new AP. Everything I do, big D.I.G. I do not give a fuck about none, bitch, you could D.I.E. Count it up like 1, 2, 3. Let it ride, but that's just me. I don't give a fuck, I go all in on Black 17.
17 Black.
I didn't get lucky, I just locked in. I was down bad, now I got bad bitch. I learned how to count when I ran them digits. Drank my cup, so I'm not finna spill it. It's on the dome, no, it's never raining. Bro caught a body and said that he didn't. Fuck the whole world and everything in it. We get money money that boys don't, that's why they mad. SRTs and tinted windows, we masked up when we roll past. 250 in all blues, I fell asleep holding some cash. I fucked my op bitch, now that boy, he started my page, that shit is sad. I heard this money on my head, come get your bag. That boy said he gon' do what? Put a couch seat back, he won't do that. Track hot Jeep and it's all black. I got a big trophy on my neck. Reach for my chain, gon' die like that.
How many kids you got?
100,007. What wrong with that?
What that?
Y'all niggas laugh and shit, man. I ain't no deadbeat though. I ain't no deadbeat. I bet that though.
You ain't got no money, huh?
I bet I ain't no deadbeat though.
You ain't got no money, huh?
Ooh, boy, come on, man. Iron ball, boy, unlimited, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, one iron ball cost 3 planets. Y'all ain't got y'all ain't got one iron ball. Y'all whole planet, man. Cut it, man.
What iron ball cost 3 planets?
Three. I can buy 3 planets with that shit.
Damn.
And guess what? Y'all ain't got not one on this bitch, man. Hell y'all talking about, man. Y'all playing broke hell. How y'all in debt? Who y'all owe? Face. Hell you talking about? Y'all planning in debt. Who y'all owe? Come on, man. Y'all folk crazy. Y'all go for anything, man. Y'all nigga paying rent, car notes and shit. Like,
This shit gonna be free.
man, this shit free as hell. Can you make a monkey pay for a banana? Can you make a goddamn penguin pay for a fish?
We're going to take all the breeding age females and bring them to Las Vegas, and I'll distribute them to the men who have changed their names to Corey. No kings, no presidents, no senators, just Corey. I don't need to sleep. I don't use currency. I'm not a part of this time. I used to be 2 Corys, now I'm 1. Oh. What are you guys into? What do you do?
We're tight.
Oh, that's all going away. Currency, everything. We're going to flip into a new society.
What do you do?
I'm outside of space and time. Change your name to Corey. After that, you will be executed. If you don't change your name to Corey in 3 months, you're going to be executed.
And there was a woman in this foreign intelligence service who was
the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life.
like, you want to avert your eyes. Like, she came off the
Side of Notre Dame.
She was a stone gargoyle with a giant
Mole right here with a giant hair coming out of it.
that kind of ugly. So I asked her just to meet me privately for lunch on Saturday. Don't tell anybody. And she agreed. And I was like, oh my God. She said yes. And I ran back to the office. I was like, she said yes to a lunch on Saturday alone. And my boss says, okay, here's what I want you to do.
I want you to fuck her. And I said, what? I said,
Have you ever seen her? And he said, I know, but we're the good guys.
and you're gonna have to take one for the team. And I go, oh my God. I said,
I go, okay, I'll do it.
These bitches are selling pussy. These bitches are absolutely selling pussy, my God. If she has 15,000 followers on Instagram, like 7 posts, she's selling pussy. If she has a nicer car than you and you're not really sure what she does for work, what do you think she does for work? If she owns anything Chanel, she's selling pussy, dog. If she is an 8 or above, there is a 33% chance that she is selling pussy, has sold pussy, or will sell pussy. This is probably the reason why she doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, because she can't afford it. She's become accustomed to this lifestyle. Now she has to sell pussy. She's put herself in a hostage situation with herself. They're slanging the cooch. If they're not explicitly selling pussy, they're in so many words selling pussy. If you are trying to date beautiful women in 2020, you're gonna pay for one currency or another. Your time, your attention, fucking suffering, sacrificing your fucking dignity. What a lot of guys do. I'll tell you this, the better you are with game, the less you gotta pay.
The more retarded you are, the more money you're gonna make. This, for example, gold, silver, NASDAQ, S&P 500, crypto, it's all disgusting. It's all painted red. What would the retard do? The retard looks at this and goes, throw it all in. All the chips, throw the house at it. This is the perfect opportunity. The investors sitting there, they're like, no, maybe we should keep our hands off. The market kind of looks a little shaky. Fuck you, dude. Checkmate. End of 2026. Who made more money? The retard or the investor that played it safe? The retard wins every time. Every single fucking time.
I recently came to the realization that I I don't actually need therapy. I just need a bad bitch. I just need a bad bitch. And the only way to get a bad bitch is with slightly bigger muscles and more money. That's what's been stopping me. The key to happiness this whole time has been vanity and materialism. I've been worrying about things like intimacy, finding like-minded individuals, and meaningful work, when really, I just needed to start taking steroids and doing summer sales. Because that's what other people look for and desire in a partner, is money and slightly bigger muscles.
I lost a homie to Jewphobia, man. He fully gone, man. He blaming him for everything, dog. He not normal no more. I don't know what happened. He went through the Epstein files. He been saying this to Jews ever since, man. I don't know what happened. Nigga, Wi-Fi went out. He texted me, the Jews trying to silence me. Said, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Day go by, I didn't text him, but he found out. I said my AirPods was dead. He said, nigga, the Jews, they killed your AirPods. I said, what the fuck? Why would they do that? He said, you got too many questions. Is you one of them?
The question that they ask you most about how you got 3 kids to go D1 and 2 in the NFL.
They want to know, in general, how I did it. I believe in breeding. Look at you. Good athlete. I'm black, mom's white. Now, I don't step on it once. You can't keep stepping on it. Because you're going to mess it up. You're going to weaken it.
You can't keep cutting it?
Can't keep cutting it. No. No, you in Brooklyn, because Brooklyn's half, you got a chance.
If I cut it one more time, it's over?
You can't keep cutting it. You got to be careful. You can't keep cutting it. You got to think about that. You know what I mean? No.
I like how he's dead ass.
If I'm black, I got the black gold running through my veins. Oh, I'm excited. I'm just going to find the right person to mate with. Right? And if I'm white, I'm saying, let me get one of these brothers around here. If you want to have athletes. If you don't have athletes, then just go ahead and just spread your seed wherever.
So why'd you cut it once? What else? Because he could.
I knew I didn't cut it once.
Because he's gold.
I got that black gold in me. And Mama got that big chin and big toes. I said, look, ain't nothing wrong with big toe woman.
Big chin. Who says a big chin?
You gotta think of this stuff. Some guys don't think of it until later. They go, like I'm standing at Pop Warner. You wouldn't know it. You on the field, one of you guys on the field playing. And I was talking to a guy, told him this story. He goes, you were thinking about that, John? I go, yeah, you weren't? He goes, hell no. Okay, man, he's little, the wife is little, kids are little, everybody's little.
It's over?
Little. Chicken little.
Little.
If you want your child to be a great athlete, you got to think of these things. You know, if you want to have a sprinter or a fast, swift athlete, because you were that, you got to watch how a woman walks. If she walks with her palms like this, that's fine. If she walks like this, that's a gorilla. You can't, you can get a lineman. Ain't nothing wrong with gorilla, don't get me wrong. But you can get some linemen out of that.
Linemen.
Yeah, look at people when they walk. See if their hands are like the gorilla look or like this here. Look at those ankles. If the ankles are small, she's swift.
Yeah.
You got to look
thick
at
ankles. Thick ankles.
Thick ankles, no. But don't get me wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with a big old woman. Because, hey, there's a lot of big old linemen getting paid.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you want. You got to think about that.
At 19, you was thinking about that.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Follow for more and pass it on.
Nobody knows about that fucking degenerate life when you're fucking down 40,000 and you battle the fuck back. You say, you know what? I'm a fucking strong, independent man. And you're not gonna tell me I should go to bed. I'm gonna battle the fuck back. And I'm gonna fucking get my money back. And guess what? I got my motherfucking money back. That's right.
Asset. Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay. But take all your money, buy Bitcoin, then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin, then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business, it's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Well, it's a little dark in here. Fuck your puts and calls. That is right. Welcome to the DCC stream.
One drunk man is more intelligent than 3 women with PhDs.
Thank you so much.
That's the
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That's the
But welcome. Fomc meeting. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna turn my lights on real quick. Everything is cake. Everything. Bug in this bitch, man. Fuck, man. Vegas is getting hot, son. Vegas is getting hot. Feeling better today. Just getting past all the cold flu shit I had, but doing all right. Where is this? There it is. Massad's after me, you guys. I'm in my home office right now. One of many. All right, let's try that. Let's see how that was. There we go. These are actually some of the best Peeps cleaning pads are some of the best right here to clean lenses. They're made for your glass, they're really good for glasses. But I like to use the pads themselves actually to clean lenses. They work really well for lenses. Retweet the stream, man. That's exactly right, man. Who else is going to give it to you? 3 days late, but it don't matter because I'm always right. Because I'm always right, you guys.
From a very young age, I knew everyone was wrong, and I was right. I'm literally never wrong, and if I ever am wrong, it's just because I didn't have enough information or I was too early. I'll say something, no one will believe me, it won't happen, then some time passes, and then all of a sudden, what do you know? I was right. That's the only way that I'm slightly wrong, and even then I'm wrong for a little bit. I was never really wrong. And I just love when I finally see the proof of what my gut was telling me, when it finally comes true, and then everybody understands. I knew in my gut, and I should have trusted it more, and it did become true. I didn't have any reason to believe it. I just knew something. My intuition was right, and it's honestly scary how often I'm right and how often my intuition is spot on. And honestly, there are times where I'll say that I'm wrong and you're right, because at that moment, that was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to say. So technically, bear with me here, I'm still right. And I wouldn't even mind admitting when I'm wrong, because honestly, it would give me a break from always being right, but it just doesn't happen. I just always knew this from a young age, that everybody's wrong and that I'm right. I just think there's some people that are typically wrong and there's some people that are always right. And I think I'm one of those people.
And I just am one of those people, man. That is right. White Max and Casper Miguel. I actually am this Hispanically white. This conquistador white, you guys. Though I tan very well. White Max and proven to work. It's true. It's proven to work. That's right. You guys want to see my new Balenciaga chain? Look at this. Fresh from Balenciaga, bro. I think this is like $1,100 for this shit. It's fucking crazy. It looks, and it's usable too because it's actually tape as well. That's what makes it really tight. Shout out to Balenciaga. And Castiliano. Got my Celsius on deck now too. And the goggles on. I actually, the goggles are somewhere up here. I got a bunch of goggles around here. I actually have like 2 pairs of the Gucci goggles. They're very difficult to find now, apparently. Favorite flavor? I would say probably sparkling orange, or the cherry cola is pretty good. This right here is the fucking, I fucking hate the guava flavor. I have like a bottle right here. I don't know why. Fucking throw that shit in the fucking trash. Yes, the Pepe clock is back. Yes. What's up, Jack Napier's, man? Oh, yeah. That's actually a great one. Yeah, shout out to them, yeah. Vitamin Shop in Vegas has a sale for Gorilla Mines. They're $1 each. I've been stocking up heavy as fuck, yeah. Grape's good, too. Cranberry's pretty good, too. I actually like the Vibe ones, too, for Celsius as well. The Vibe ones are almost like you're drinking like a tea. Those are actually, once you've had a bunch of Celsiuses, the Vibe ones are not bad. Like the peach vibe, pretty peak, man. Yeah. Some of sparkling peaches are alright, but there's like a vibe peach. There's like a vibe peach and shit. Well, if Jack, if you want to come on the stream, let me know, dog. Or are you gonna just cower in fear, bro?
Lock in for a nigga. You wondering why you ain't made it to the top and ain't got no motion because you won't lock in. Lock in.
I mean, sure, Miguel. We're gonna talk. It's finance talk now, dog. There's no escaping it now. The red pill likes to shy away from the finances, but not on this channel. Not on this channel, motherfucker. Have I ever ate on the west side of Vegas? You mean the West Side Hotel, or are you talking about just the West Side in general? I probably have. I mean, I've eaten at a bunch of restaurants before, as foretold by my waistline from back in the day. Space Bank, I actually don't get that one. What do you mean? I don't even know what that is. So, yeah, this is a, well, you know, I shouldn't even tell you the brand. It's quiet money, you know? I'm going to tell you, it's a dual blend, chinchilla. I'm going to let you guess the rest of it. How many squirrels must die for you to look fly, Miguel? A lot. A lot must die. But yes, man. Wool. Probably. I'd have to look at the tag, but yeah, probably. Quick little test, man. Can you guys hear the audio in terms of like the soundboard? Let me know. If not, I could blast this bitch. Scale from 1 to 10. How loud was that? Yep. Okay. Cool. 2. Okay. Oh, so it's quiet or loud? I heard it. Well, we'll have to figure it out. There you go. I turned it up a little bit. What else do I have in this bitch? Oh, baby. Slightly later than you. All right, that's good. Well, let's get it on for the little price charts and stuff. Let's see what's going on in this fucking market. Bitcoin has officially broken below $70,000. Ethereum's actually holding up a lot stronger than Bitcoin, believe it or not. I'm not shocked though with the ETF that just launched, the ETHB, bro. That has been the most exciting ETF to launch since like the initial Ethereum ETF and then the initial Bitcoin ETF, really. We got Jack Napier. Hey,
yes.
What's up?
Yes, money time. Money
time, man. What's going on, man? Welcome to the FOMC meeting and market update. What's going on? This is Jack Napier knows Alba Blastoise.
Alba Blastoise. Alba Blastoise. Dude, I keep telling you, the thing quadrupled. I'm so glad I didn't sell. Before I left the Netherlands, I was able to sell like my whole PSA 10 collection for about 7K.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't because now I could sell it for 20.
Bro, I'm telling the thing is, you guys, you buy assets and you hold on to them forever.
I kind of miss not having them because I would have loved to have them in the background. I really would have. Like, here's how you get bitches. So you get all the PSA 10 like Ken Sugimori art in the background. Like, what the hell is this, man? He likes Pokemon. It's like, yeah, man, bitches love them too. They love them too.
Yeah. So Jack's been consulting me about steroids and stuff. He's been talking about it for a long time. He tells me his neck's too thin. He said his arms are too wobbly and stuff. So he wants to like get on the juice and stuff. So I've been giving him a little brotherly advice here and there. Even though I think you're a year older than me, right?
I am 1 year older, and no, sir, these are blatant lies. I will not. CRT will be the only one I will do at 40, maybe 45, depending on where I live as well, because I want I want a doctor, but I do feel mocked with Rolo back on Rule Zero. It's like I gotta work on my arms, man. Fuck.
You gotta work. You gotta work them out, dog. You gotta work them out, brother.
I know, but like biceps are the most boring of all muscle groups to train, unless you do it with like with pull-ups and things like that. I love ring pull-ups.
How are they? How are they boring, bro? You don't feel the fucking burn.
Bicep curls? Bicep curls are fucking boring. Where it's like, oh, you know, just move my, forearms up and down. It's like,
brother. All right, get your ass to Vegas. I'll put you through the Dragons layer, bro. I'll put you through Hell Week, bro. Like you'll be like, Miguel, I can't wipe my ass. My ass. I can't. You know, get one of your many bitches to do it, bro. That's
what bidets. That's what bidets are for, man. Plebeians use toilet paper. We use bidets.
So I have structured my workouts to one big part of it was to increase the size of my arms, especially my biceps. And so I have a lot of fucking rows.
Oh, nice.
For those bareback hoes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And then you do them like supinated.
So, yeah, like this, like this down. I'm talking about good reps though. I'm usually getting good reps in about maybe like 275 for rows on those, 8 to 12 reps. And then, I mean, if I want to go heavier and stuff, I can go 315, but it's just like, it depends on the day basically as well. Like if my back feels strong, then fuck yeah, let's do it. But that's usually how I start off with, or I alternate every other month on heavy supernated fucking pull downs as well from like the lat pull down machine, but instead of the lat pull down I actually borrowed this from was it Frank Zane? No, it was from Jesus, all these bodybuilders, my god. Blonde guy, I think he won the Mr. Olympia like 4 times.
Oh, that I know which one you mean. The one who uses his gym partner to push the machines down again. That guy?
No. Well, I mean, he had gym partners, but he wasn't really known to. God damn it! I always forget his fucking name. Not Ronnie Coleman. It's not Ronnie Coleman. The one after Ronnie Coleman. God damn it! This happens.
Oh, Cutler. Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler. I don't know how it. Fuck, this motherfucker's in Las Vegas. I always forget his name. Yeah, Jay Cutler. Right. I borrowed this from Jay Cutler. It works like a charm. But the only thing is, you eventually get to a weight enough where like I started getting pain in one of my fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Like nerve pain. But like, I'm not gonna lie, like it probably, like doing this workout for like the last like 8 months, I probably put on like 2 inches on my arms legitimately and got pretty strong on it. I mean, like usually repping like good reps, like 240 pounds, maybe 265 pounds on the on that pull down machine. And then eventually I'd go down to then I'd start doing there. But eventually I was like, all right, my fingers are kind of hurting, so I'm gonna chill off of that. And then I went off and just started the workout with my main compound movement being the row, because I always do it. Like this last like 8 months, I've been training back twice a week.
Oh, nice. I've been doing a lot of unilateral work because I'm just noticing like my, especially with like tricep extensions, my right arm is way weaker than my left. I was like, Jesus, what's, although I'm like predominantly right-handed, where it's like, okay, what the hell is this?
Like
Legs
pain,
as well.
Like a strength or a pain?
Strength. Like strength-wise. Like
that exact exercise you're doing right there, I've been like, I can do really good weight on this arm. For some reason, I feel like a little tweak in the elbow when I'm doing this. That's the only way I feel it. Like I've done all, I do everything else. I can do rope press downs, close grip bench. I mean, anything you can do, like even diamond push-ups, no pain in my my elbow. For some reason, that gets in my way. But when I do like lay down on a bed, like laying down on a bench, like gravity. If I let like gravity do it and do no pain in the, it's just like this one exercise that like, I even grabbed some really light dumbbells. I say, fuck it, let me grab some 10s or whatever. Some like I should have just said, I just grabbed some 80-pound dumbbells, like something light, but like I used to be able to do that. I'm not even joking around. I used to be able to do those.
Yeah. I mean, what do you expect for all that construction work, man? You've got a good base for strength.
Yeah, I've been strong and stuff, but like what happens is you tweak your back, it all goes away for a while, but I've been building the back up, but like that's actually one of the main reasons why I have so many bent over exercises is to build up that not just the core, but like get used to like being in a compromised sort of position like that, and then like my back not hurting, and then that's what's made my back's really strong now. So that for me, what's boring, I know it's really good for you, but like, god damn, I hate the not the bent over. No, what are they called? It's what the fuck are those called? Back extensions.
Yeah.
Like with weights and stuff like that. I mean, it just gets a little annoying. I mean, and then the annoying thing about those is like it's a great exercise and it hits good, but then when I do it and I actually try to go to like, all right, I'm really trying to get like I'm trying to get a crazy back pump or really like train that muscle, then the next day over, I'm like my back's like the muscle, I weaken the muscle so much in that lower back area that like I just start like, oh fuck, or like I start having that back problem shit. And I'm like, then what the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I fucking like? I'm literally agitating the muscle to the point where like now I'm fucked up for the next day and a half, 2 days, and like can't move around and shit like this market, like this Bitcoin market right now.
Yeah. Oh man, I am so glad you guys told me to do the stop loss. I saw it. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Like the 60-day cycle, it looked good. Where it's like, yeah, you know what? We probably haven't hit the high yet, and all of a sudden it just gets wrecked. Where it's like, But I mean, this is my own dumb impulse of like, oh, I can make a real quick extra bucks. Where it's like, no, that's not how investment works.
Right. In my defense, I did tell you to wait.
Yeah,
I didn't.
No,
I'm
not blaming. I'm blaming me. I'm blaming my dumbass for like thinking you can make a quick buck in investing. It doesn't.
You can,
work
sir. Yes, you can. But
they're
like you can make like it's sort of weird when you don't have as much up for risk. You end up just doing without emotion, and the trades ends up going well. But when you fucking invest the house.
Remember that you pulled the house on stream?
Yeah. I literally have it still there. PSA 10, PSA 1s or whatever, 10 or whatever. Yeah. Yes,
no,
join the CMC for the sauce. That's right. Pinned to the top of the chat. We're announcing something very special on Moon Gang for the guys that are in the mega course that bought it so far. So we haven't announced it just yet. I'm not going to announce it now, but it's tomorrow. There's going to be some heat coming.
Ooh. Nice.
And we got some major upgrades for like the Citadel and the other products and stuff that we have. We're really, really adding a lot of AI. Like we're right now we're prepping for an AI course that we're going to launch, not now, but in kind of in the middle of the year. And like we've been playing around with the tools. We're making so much useful shit for the like something that we've been like talking to. I've talked to Gigi quite a lot. Is we've been talking about making our own app as well. So like nice. an app for all the users that get into the CMC and stuff. That's pretty cool. But that still is in ready. Well, I wish I could announce that on Friday. I'd be like Sunday, like coming soon to a ghetto near you, like the CMC app or whatever. But like eventually, yes, that's gonna happen. Basically.
No, but right now, I just know listen to Miguel and just wait. Don't be a dumbass. Just wait. That's what I need to do. And I do that every time, man. I'm still susceptible to the whole, we're going up and we're never going down, where it's like, you idiot. That's not how this works. But
it happens to everybody. The thing is, you got the plan. Your plan's right. You want to buy Solana at a certain price. You know, it's going to work, right? I mean, Ethereum's holding up better. Ethereum's holding up a lot better right now than Bitcoin is right now, but just barely. Solana's $88. That's good. Obviously, Solana is like one of the ones, the main one. It's one of the best coins to buy, right? Mm-hmm. Right, we're looking at like two in the last year. It was here, right? But of course, it touched about $300, and it kind of like printed the chart away. But basically, this is going to head down towards the $50 to $40 range on the next drawdown.
That's what I'm waiting for,
and that's a smart buy. But as long as you're buying Solana sub $100, you're winning.
Yeah, right. No, that's true. That is very true. That is very true. And it's a long-term game. And even my best friend tells me this. He's like, you know what your biggest problem is? Like your greatest fault. I'm like, what? He's like, you want what can only be gained tomorrow yesterday. You wanted it yesterday. You know, you wanted it last week, where it's like, it doesn't work like that. You have to be patient. It's like, yeah. And that's what like you and Charlie also teach with the crypto mindset, where it's like, no, guys, this is a long-term thing. Don't expect it yesterday.
Well, if you want to blame somebody, bro, you can blame.
I lost a homie to Jewphobia, man. He fully gone, man. He blaming him for everything, dog. He not normal no more. I don't know what happened. He went through the Epstein files. He been saying it's the Jews ever since, man. I don't know what happened. Nigga Wi-Fi went out. He texted me, the Jews trying to silence me. Said, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? They go by. I didn't text him, but he found out. I said, my AirPods just died. He said, nigga, the Jews, they killed your AirPods. I said, what the fuck? Why would they do that? He said, you got too many questions. Is you one of them?
Mossad, bro. It's Mossad, bro.
I blame me. I blame me. But who knows? Maybe I'm a Jew. Jew in disguise. Who knows? I do hang around every day.
You take that hat off and you have a little fucking yarmulke.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I do hang out with Aaron Clary. He was 25%, you know? You got to be careful.
Now I'm suspicious, bro. That interesting.
You have the best soundboard. You have the best soundboard. What do you have? Is that a Rodecaster?
A Stream Deck.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you could get those and stuff. Those are pretty cool. I don't even have everything loaded on here. I've got my one in the studio has got everything on it. I got some crazy good ones in there, but yeah, it's pretty good and stuff. Same Stream Deck that we use in the studio for like Rolo and everybody else and stuff there. Yeah. And my Sean Kelly interview is coming out pretty soon as well. He just started dropping the clips. They've done pretty well. They did pretty well and stuff. They're done about like 500,000 views so far on each one. So they've done pretty good on Instagram. So I think the one that did the best, of course, is me talking red pill shit about never letting your girlfriend on a stream.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, yeah, which is true. But they cut out some of the best parts because it just kind of like ended very abruptly on the reel. But I understand like you don't have much time basically on these things. But yeah, but I gave the whole explanation. It's like it's stupid. You know, you're just advertising your girlfriend to get fucked.
Well, we talked about that on Rule Zero yesterday with the whole Piers Morgan thing. Right? It's like, yeah, I mean, guys, and it happens every time, especially with the men who like grandize their relationship. Like, my relationship is better than yours, and you're an evil misogynist, and you're just this, and you're this, that. Meanwhile, their wife is on Instagram advertising herself. A lot of guys worry about that as well, where it's like, oh, but what if my girlfriend started doing that? It's like, then why is she your girlfriend? This shit, all of this stuff that a lot of guys worry about should have been addressed before commitment was even on the table. When she brings up like, oh, what are we? What's like, well, I'm sorry, I don't commit. Well, you don't even say you're sorry. You just say, I don't commit to girls who advertise themselves on Instagram. Now, doesn't mean you dump her. Yes.
But Jack, I use relationship to get to the coochie.
Wrong. Women gave it up, man.
I mean, I would hope most guys get laid before the relationship, but I know a lot of guys is like, will you be my girlfriend? And they use it almost like a guilt, sneaky fucker. It's not even really sneaky fucker game, but it's more like I don't know, like pathetic maxter game, or like I don't even know what to call it, but like you know what I'm talking. It's like guilt trip game. Or some
I
shit
used
like
to do that shit when I was 15, man. We don't do that anymore. You learn. Your first relationship, sure, but if your first relationship is at 30, it's like, oh, God, you've got bigger problems. But
look, the pussy was crazy, dog. I had to shoot a shot on this, bro. It was, you don't understand. Like, you're like, I lied to Megan Fox. I know the bitch is crazy. I know all her kids are trans. I know this. But I had to taste that forbidden ambrosia. I had to, bro. You have to understand as a man, bro. You gotta like game is game. You know what I'm saying? Like game is game. Like
it's a good story. It's a good story.
It's a good
Can
story.
you imagine
bro.
if you've piped Megan Fox? Can you imagine that now? Some podcaster goes, yeah, I used to bang Megan Fox. Well, back in the day. It's like, wow.
Like, shut the fuck up, bro. No, you didn't. And then like I just dropped a dad lore on you. Here's me in a picture with Gaddafi. There's
here's me and Clinton.
Yeah, me and Clinton and shit. Have you heard of like what is this Palm Beach Polly? Or like, have you heard about that guy?
Oh, yeah. I saw him. I am not Jeffrey Epstein. This is Palm Beach Polly, and I thank you for all the support. It's like, dude, you got a twink somewhere, don't you? You got a body.
Bro. And the crazy people have matched his teeth. The teeth are exactly as crooked as like the real Jeffrey Epstein or some shit like that. Oh yeah. Yeah, and then like if you mix all the words together, they like it ends up being Jeffrey Epstein. Game is game. Let me see if I can post a photo for you guys. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. We'll get to the FOMC. The FOMC is already old news, you guys, but I will get to it. They didn't cut rates, and they threatened us with increasing rates. That's why the market's dumping. Don't let anyone lie to you. Say Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran, same thing, right? I think we're winning. I think we're winning. I think we're winning easily right now in Iran. You know,
I hope, again, I'm a European, so what do I get to say about this? But I do hope for the Americans that this is not an Afghanistan 2.0.
I don't think it is, but like I don't think it's going to be as long, but I do feel it's going to be annoying. For like it'll be, I believe it'll basically should be done before the end of the year.
I hope so. It would be good if he can finish it before the midterms, because then Trump would like spike again in popularity, because now it doesn't look all too good.
I love how there's no F's in the top one, but they still added it. But Professor Jang, it works for the CCP, bro. Man, fuck, like, bro, he has some good takes on some stuff, but like, I can hear the programming, dog, and it's very anti-American. We need to go to a multicultural world where there's multiple nations ruling the world. Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up, bro. What are we talking? Like, that is actually the most dangerous time in human history was when the Soviet Union and the United States were comparable in tech for a while. When they both had the nukes. Even when we just got the nukes in the 40s, and then we're threatening them to bomb them in the 50s, it was still mega dangerous at that time. And then once they got the bomb, oh my God, bro, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, the globalist agenda benefits who at this point? China.
The globalist.
No, China. Well, yeah, the globalist, but China. I'm actually working right now. I'm looking for not a ventriloquist. Actually, a ventriloquist would be cool. But I'm looking for a guy who does voices. I'm going to learn how to do the Trump voice really well, because I think it's going to be hilarious for like. That would have been so funny. I go on FNF or some shit and just start dropping like a fucking gangster ass fucking Trump voice. That'd be funny. It's like the crypto mindset course is the best course on the planet. It's the best and stuff.
He's great. Miguel's amazing. I keep telling you, he's great. He's awesome.
This fresh guy, what a great communicator. This guy right here.
Exactly. All these guys.
Ew. Yuck.
All these guys, they're so great.
They're so great. They're so amazing. Yeah, but it's fucking hilarious and shit, man.
But so what happened is the rates didn't get cut, even though they thought they were going to get cut. And
well, no, we there. So okay. Oh wow, what the fuck did I do? Okay, so the rates, basically nobody thought the rates were going to get cut. If there was going to be a cut, it was going to happen in January.
Yes,
it didn't cut. So this is like the third time this year, I believe. Let me see. A second time. So it's because they didn't cut in January. Is basically they weren't going to cut in March. They have one more meeting, which is in April 29th. It's very unlikely they're going to cut on any of these. So it's basically drums that's not going to cut until there's a new chairman in place on around May 12th, May 15th, basically. So the crazy part is him mentioning like we might increase rates. Increasing rates. You know what started the bear market? In January of 22, they started increasing interest rates. That's when it ended. So if they increase the interest rates, the stock market will take a shit. Bad. And that'll probably be the bottom. If they increase interest rates in April, as an example, we would enter the bottom of the bear market early. I think it would force the bottom of the bear market early. But it would be probably an extended period of time, but with Bitcoin below 70,000. Well, here, I'll get you.
Remember when 60K was like the top and everybody was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is the best thing ever. And now it's like, oh my God, Bitcoin is at 60K. We're going down. It's like,
yeah, it's all perspective and shit. I mean, it's all perspective. It's just funny when like Bitcoin was down at those low prices. Like I just like when I first got into crypto in 2016, I just didn't have the cash on hand. I was kind of like I was stock cucked. I was like I took the stock pill, you know, which is not a blue pill. It is a red pill and like a black pill in a way, but like it's more like a gray pill in some sort of ways. It's like it is a decent place to like make like it's a great place to grow wealth if you have wealth already, right?
Yeah.
If you're a person that already makes like a couple $100,000 a year, you can like there's a certain point in time with like the amount of money you make. Let's just say I don't know. Like, let's count it. Like you make like I'm gonna say a number like $400,000 before taxes, right? You can probably comfortably throw about 100 grand into equities, and still like you have everything. And if maybe like one year you put like 60 because you need that extra 40 because shit came up, like that's where you could really grow it, right? But if you're making less than that, if you're only able to really put maybe 10,000, 20,000 really a year, 50,000 or less a year, and like it's really like crypto's really where you can make those multiples and you can be strategic, just like anybody. It's wherever you really focus on. I feel like you can make more money in crypto with that money, but you know, if you cash out a few $1 million, you know, diversifying it is still like diversifying it in like equities. You know, you can make that significantly grow for you over a long period of time. And then it's sort of like, yeah, I got some insurance here just in case I fuck up the crypto side or something like that. And then, you know,
one day I'd love to just drop $1 million into the S&P 500. It's like, just drop it in there and let it be there for however long it takes, and then just never worry about it again. That will, and yeah, it's going to go up, it's going to go down, but it's still $1 million in there, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, before we get there, we have to get through the thousands, the 10,000s, the 100,000s before we even get to those numbers.
So this is actually a statistic actually here that if you invested in the S&P 500 in 2000 and held it until 2013, you broke even. You made in 13 years you made no profit and lost 50% to inflation. Because you had the dot-com bust, you had 2001, you know, 9/11 crash. You did have a nice run up that happened, you know, in the mid 2000s, you know, the housing boom, but then the housing crisis crashed, and then the recovery, and then it's so crazy that it's 2013 because that's literally when I said like the economy started turning around, where I noticed it because I worked in manual labor, in the blue collar and stuff. I noticed the economy, like jobs started coming around 2013. I've said this many times, but this is also disingenuous a little bit because this is not taking into account dividends that are made from said stocks, as well as it's possible the inflation wasn't that high. I believe the inflation wasn't really that ridiculous until like we had the money printing. There was some inflation obviously that happened during the housing boom, but still like it wasn't that great. You didn't make much money. So this is why there still is like some timing, like a normal DCA over time is really smart in the S&P 500. But like there's sometimes these periods where like they're just like lost decades. It happened. But what ended up happening, this supposed lost decade, if you had bought in 2009 or 8 as it was down, we went into like a fucking a 12-year bull run from like, let's just call it 2009 to 21. Nothing but net. It went down a little bit. And that's after the COVID crash that happened in 19 and 20. And then it fucking rocketed up to a new all-time high. And then we dipped down a little bit into 21, into 22, and then we recovered and made a brand new all-time. We've been making nothing but all-time high. So in reality, we've been on a bull run for fucking 17 years on the stock market. Yeah.
So may reconsider the S&P 500 then.
No, I mean, no, it's still one of the best places to invest money, of course. Like if just as like a passive thing, but during red times, you know, it's like, you know, you want to buy when like things are like, when you do get that cow, hopefully it's just the time where like the market then fucking turbo nukes and then you're able, but like there's never perfect timing, but like I feel like you can perfectly time a bad moment. There's a bad moment every year. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, just always waiting. Like I'm gonna keep waiting. I'm gonna time this perfectly. But like, you know, it kind of is what it is there.
What's that saying again? Never catch a falling knife.
Yeah, but you know they've taught they taught the boomers well, man. They just keep buying consistently. This is why they have all these apparatuses and 401ks in order to always bring in DCA money in always paycheck money coming to the market.
What's happening with housing right now, though? Because I see that we're finally in a seller's market. No, which one is that? Where there's too many homes.
Buyer's market.
Buyer's market. That's the one. Where it's like,
Yeah.
enough homes are being offered, just nobody can buy them. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, the boomers are going to have to take a licking on it for the most part because they're the ones mostly that are going to take the L on that. But that's why the Trump administration is trying to cut rates so much, is because that's really the brakes on the economy. Because you lower rates, right? Then corporations can then, like, if they lower rates by 1%, then that's 1% cheaper on debt. Some companies will survive, or they can reborrow new money, and that 1% difference is like the difference between like more profit or any profit or just break even, and fuck it, I'll be a zombie. Like, there's a lot of companies like that extra 1% is massive. Like, I got guys I know that are in real estate that own a lot of real estate that they're just waiting with like a 1% interest rate down, and they're going to like they're going to, you know, they're going to start taking like principal out, or they're going to take a second mortgage out, or they're going to like refinance and stuff like that and get the money out of the business. I mean, just he's like, fuck, I just refinanced this shit. My payment's even lower. I'm even making more cash flow. I'm already cash flowing. My cash flow is going to explode. And if they go even lower, I'll refinance again. I'll refinance fucking 4 times in fucking 2 years. I don't care. You know how much money that is? It's a lot. You know, it's a lot of money.
I do love those memes though of like boomers with their houses going up. Meanwhile, you can't afford a Happy Meal, and you see all those boomers dancing on that yacht.
Yeah.
It's horrible, but it's true. It's true. But where do you think all this is going to go in like 10? Yeah. How much time do the boomers still have, you think? 10, 20 years?
To
Less?
live?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to start seeing a big drop off 10 years from now. Big drop off. They're all 62. A lot of people die in their 70s. I was always under the misconception that like most people die in their 80s, but like the drop off in late 60s, 70s, oh fuck, man. Especially the guys. There's a lot of deaths there. But then the properties and wealth gets transferred over to the wives. They live a little longer, and then eventually gets passed along to the kids. So it's sort of like, if you know you're dying, you slowly start passing assets off to your next generation.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it happens suddenly, just goes to mom, and then she passes off to whoever they want. And then when she dies, then there's the fucking wealth transfer of history, man. So it's like there's a ton of money coming through in the next 20 years. A ton. And all the younger guys, Xers and millennials, are going to be in crypto regardless. You know, that's how it goes.
Yeah, they probably are. And collectibles, things like that. I did love the math you did on the Pokemon thing, though, where it's like we got till 2055 around there. You calculated it out, and then it's just going to be nothing.
Yeah,
well, not per se nothing, but it's not going to be as big as now, because all the millennials at that point have just, died out of the market.
Nintendo has to honey dick more generations into Pokemon, but it's hard.
Yeah, because they're not doing it. They're really not doing it. Even with the Lego thing they're doing right now, they're pandering to millennials. They don't even care. Maybe the older Gen Zs, but they don't care about the new ones.
No, I mean they are. The problem is that the kids that want to latch on to the. I mean, there hasn't. What's been the last good Pokemon game? I couldn't even name it. Like,
oh yeah, I can name it. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Those to me were the 3DS remakes.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
and that was Generation 3. That was just Generation 3, but the remake. And some will say Legends Arceus, but I never played it.
Yeah, I think the last one I played was like Soul Silver. Soul Silver. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that is like peak. That was peak Nintendo Pokemon, in all honesty.
Yeah, my first game was we had Gold and Silver, the originals, Gold and Silver on the Game Boy Colors, which annoyed the fuck out of me because they had no fucking backlight. Oh my god, that was so annoying, not having the backlight and shit.
Yeah, I had the little attachment to the Game Boy Color with a little light on it.
Light, yeah. Just nuked your battery though. Fuck, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, the amount of money my parents spent on batteries. Oh my. It's so. I was talking to Watson about this. Like, can you imagine if we had kids now with the prices on Lego and Nintendo and all that? Like, we think we drove our parents mad, which we did, in all honesty. But look at Lego now. Like, they released a Pokemon set that's $650.
Oof.
Can you imagine as a child walking through the toy store and you see that shit? Of course you want to get that. Of course. Right. No way in hell parents would buy that, though. At least I hope not.
Oops.
Yeah, but you got yellow. Like, and I don't know about you, but go ahead.
I mean, I have a little battle. I mean, whatever my son's into, if I can at least tell it's gonna be popular, I might buy 2 of these hoes. One for him to play with. I put one in the closet somewhere or in the safe. Just leave it alone.
Yeah,
leave it alone. But the problem is now with collecting cards is it's almost impossible. Like even if you were able to get them to retail, they're getting priced out by fucking scalpers and shit. And like eventually, like the Pokemon thing is gonna not fade out, but it's gonna hit a point. Look what happened to sneaker. The sneaker market's cooked now, truly cooked. I don't think it's gonna recover to the glory it had once had anymore. It might take 10, 15 years for like sneakers to get popular again. But like, another thing too, they printed too many Jordan 1s. Too many Jordan 1s. It's like it's not even like you don't even have to buy any retros or any of the original. Like there's no point to it. You literally just buy you can literally I can go to the store right now and go buy like an $80 pair of fucking Jordan 1s in any color I want. So like, what's the point of paying like $500 or $600 or $1,000 for ones that were made in the fucking 90s or 80s and shit? Or like literally they really just they basically made like Soul Silver, but imagine like they literally just made Soul Silver for everything or Soul whatever for all of them, basically all the shoes. And then it gets to the point where like I'm not getting many. It's the bonus. Like the average person can't tell if I'm wearing the expensive ones or not, so I just buy the cheap one, and that's what nuked it. I think really that's what nuked it. What started nuking it and stuff. And then on top of that, just the resellers, and then all this crap. I mean, it's the same thing eventually. I mean, eventually if the resellers just get too crazy. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where resellers got so bad with concert tickets that like Ticketmaster is being like sued for a monopoly.
Yeah, I remember like I did not expect that Ticketmaster and like concert tickets would go that bad, but I remember like for Foo Fighters back in the day, only paying 35 euros, which at the time would have been like what $30 for fucking Foo Fighters. Only $30. You could go to 4-day festivals for $100. For $100, 4-day festivals. I looked up the price now. It's like $400 to $500. It's like, what the hell? And they can't draw in the crowds anymore. I don't know about you. Like I said, is one thing I actually don't even know about you if you're into like what kind of music and stuff like that you're into. But like, when it comes to bands and things like that, there's barely anything new. There's no real. Like, what artist would you like to go to see live and actually be like, yeah, no, I want to see this person perform live?
Well, I mean, this is going to be like a generic. I mean, I'm going to go watch Metallica in October.
Nice.
At the Sphere. That's going to be cool. So I'm going to that. So Metallica. But that's just, so I have like artists that are on the bucket list. There's a couple of guys like I regretted. I had the tickets there. I didn't buy it and they died. Like, I was going to watch Vicente Fernandez, which is like, he's like I don't know how to explain, like basically the greatest mariachi fame wise. There's some people that argue there's other ones that had a little better voice, but whatever. And he died before I was going to get the ticket. He was playing in San Jose. I decided just, I'll do it next year or whatever. He fucking passed away. I was like, fuck. And then it happened a couple other times. So like, same thing, like I'm going to watch Kanye as well. But the problem with him is like, he's basically only playing in Mexico right now, or North Korea or South Korea, or China and shit. He's apologizing to the Jews right now, so they're gonna let him do a tour. Also, the other part about it is too, he's really one of the only big artists selling tours out. Even Kendrick Lamar, after all the Drake beef and everything like that, even though Kendrick won, it hurt hip hop really badly because then basically Drake kind of took a back seat, and because he took a back seat, the wave that Kendrick created fucking fizzled out because no one gives a crap about basically we basically just want to. I mean, look, I'm not talking for everybody, but I'm talking for the majority of people, the normies and everybody, and this is like everyone in general. you don't listen to that shit you don't listen to that shit in the club or at the bar.
Nope.
And that's the problem with it. It's like great music, right? You can bump it in your car a little bit, you can bump it at the house, but like you're not gonna like bump it in the club. It's not hype music and shit, and people need hype music,
Yes, they do.
And that's kind of what happened. So like he was doing really well. He did the Super Bowl, and then he can't sell arenas out, so they canceled the tour. Same thing. not saying he didn't make a ton of money. He's making money, right? But like, he's not bringing that thing down. And then also too, there's this whole thing too where like, I don't know. I mean, basically, there's a bunch of because of the Trump thing and the Fuentes thing. There's a bunch of white dudes that are basically hating on anything black, unless it's like or if they're it's okay they're black, but if they're kind of pro-black, then they're like, fuck you, and they're not going, and that's hurting ticket sales because then these dudes don't take their girlfriends, and it's like weird thing to say because it's like no, it's like I totally understand, I truly understand it, like. But like there's a lot of haterade now against like black artists and shit like that, and they're trying to like cancel like fucking rap's retarded and stupid. I was like, bro, have you listened to country, bro? That shit's retarded. It's all retarded and stupid. Because what'll happen is if there's ever any thought provoking shit, eventually it gets commercialized, it gets bubble gummed out, and it's fucking gay as fuck. Like grunge used to be maybe cool. I always thought it was kind of gay. If I'm being besides Nirvana, I thought it was all gay basically. And then it died off and shit. Like but it, like I mean, what happened? Like it was like we had heavy metal, thrasher metal, and then we went to fucking hairspray metal. Yeah. And then grunge. But even the hairspray stuff was good in the beginning until it just became like.
Dude, Shout at the Devil is an amazing Motley Crue album.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff but then it just started like they just started leaning. You know, that's the problem is with anything, right? Like. Once I do something, like you need to do more attention. They go more crazier and more crazier and more crazier until a certain point, it's like, what the fuck am I? And then it goes to something else, basically.
It's the internet, man. I dread that day where I'm like, oh my, I finally have clout, but I'm losing my clout. I need to get clout. It's like I just hope I can be immune to it to a degree because I don't want to be caught.
Let me go on Piers Morgan real quick.
I was like, oh no, I will blatantly reject Piers Morgan just because of what he represents, because he represents a dying institution. I don't understand why people still go on there, where it's like, all you're going to get is a shaming boomer. That's all you're going to get, where it's like, he's finger wagging, where it's like, oh, do you feel good about yourself? Yes, boomer, I do. Now, please get out of my way. But, I don't care. I don't care. And that's what I do love about the last couple of guests that he had, like Nick Fuentes, Clav, and that HS Tiki Talkie guy, which I don't know where he came from, but they all just told, although Clav could have done it a little bit more, but Fuentes and HS were just like, Pierce, I don't care. Like, I do not care what you think about me. And then Pierce has no ammunition. It's like, yeah, that's how you treat these people. It's like women, you know? Do you really care about what a woman who doesn't fuck you care about you? Really. That's Piers. Piers Morgan is a woman you're not fucking. Well, I couldn't care less what he thinks.
The only reason someone would care is if a lot of the viewers are women. That's what you would care. Because that's the only thing I could think of. Because there's got to be, all right, if I'm caring what these bitches care about, it must be some financial reason. It's got, at least for me, right? And then you would, but that's being like normal, right? But
but that's the thing. That's also a thing, right? Where I'm like, do they go on Piers Morgan for his audience? Where it's like, I don't think you're going to get a lot of audience from Piers Morgan, in all honesty, because most of his audience is dying old boomers. I don't need.
You're going on for clips. You're going on for clips.
Yeah, for your own channel. Yeah,
you're going on for clips. Look, I'm so important. I can get on this. Like, there's still that illusion, though. Like, I'm going on TV, you know, because I'm actually like doing something in this world, and I'm important. And then but YouTubers get more views. YouTube videos get more views than what they get on the whole fucking week on the show. You know
and that's kind of where I agree with Asmongold on this, because he was beefing with Hassan, because they're always beefing. But even he said, like, Hassan, you and I may be at odds with each other, but why do you still pander to mainstream media? You and I get way more views online than those institutions ever will. That's kind of how I view it. Like, if BBC or whatever, maybe a Dutch news channel one day is like, oh, this Dutch YouTuber, he left the Netherlands and he's propagandizing the far right or whatever, I just wouldn't go with them. I would rather go with a known YouTuber or whatever that has way more effect. Because did you know, for channel growth, and I made this mistake, if you collab, do not funnel to anything outside of the platform you are on. Like, let's say, like right now, if I would put a link of anything of mine in the chat, I would do YouTube, because we are on YouTube. People have a hard time switching platforms.
Mm.
So even if you go on national television, it's like, what do you want to promote of yourself? Oh, I go on 11 a.m. at CT5. It's like, you don't. You go on a YouTube channel, and people can't click while they're on their TV. Well, these days they kind of can, but most of his audience won't go to your YouTube channel because they're barely on YouTube, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's
no,
me.
I get you.
And I hate Piers Morgan, so it's like, no snowball's chance in hell I'm ever going to talk to him. Turned out Rolo was asked. I never knew that. He told me yesterday during Rule Zero. It's like, yeah, I was asked on Piers Morgan twice. They did ghost on me twice as well. I'm like, wow. Huh. I wonder how that would have gone. Rolo and Piers Morgan. Interesting.
You would have tried to get him on some gotcha or like why you he's like, but I don't understand you, man. You're a man with a healthy relationship. Why are you leading men astray?
Probably. Why are you wearing that beanie, Rolo? Which isn't your real name, is it? And then he'd start using his real name the whole time. Like, why don't you take the beanie off? Like,
my name is Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
Yeah, he drops it. He's like, like the most English accent, like Bartholomew. My name is Vladimir Bartholomew.
Richard of the House of Lionheart, the third.
The third. Of Kensington.
Worcestershire.
Oh my god.
A lot of people still can't pronounce that.
That guy's bigger. Does it really matter how the fuck he got bigger? When it really boils down to, all that matters is he won and you lost.
Bro, what the fuck are we doing, bro? We need to hop on a cycle right now, bro.
Jack's gonna come to me one day like the bat, like he's gonna be shouting the fucking batarang, the bat signal.
Can
like,
you, I don't know, man. Me on trend, I don't know. Nah.
Yo, this is what you got to do, bro. You got to follow the clap strategy, bro. Because you're actually. I might even do this myself. Because here's the strategy. The strategy is say I'm on trend and not be on trend. That's the thing. Like Jack Napier just started blasting 500 milligrams of testosterone. He's daily injecting 200 milligrams of trend a day and shit, and then just show yourself working out and shit. This is fucking crazy. Either you show it good or you're like what he's doing is he's gesture maxing, which is basically there's no way if he really is on 300. Do you know 300 milligrams? Like no, he's probably doing tops probably 200 or 150 because
that is. It is the greatest compliment a natty could get, though. Where it's like, "Are you on steroids?" It's like, oh, thank you. Yeah,
I used to get that a lot more when I was younger, but I was mega, the working outside and then the deadlifting and shit. We were pretty strong. We were doing a lot of stuff, man. I mean, the only thing I got sad about, I never hit 315 or 3 plates for a standing military press. I never hit that,
dude. That's elite level.
I got close. I got close. I got to 285. I got 285 pounds on the standing military press. I felt like my back was gonna snap in half, though. I'm not even lying to you. I mean, belt on, and like at one point once I got it up, I was like, I felt like I was like, oh, I felt like I was, like benching. I was like, Jesus. When I put that shit down, I was like, fuck, dog. I didn't snap my back or anything, but it was like I literally felt my bone like going like, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, that's why I don't lift heavy anymore.
And that's why.
Yeah, that's why.
Am I lagging or is who's lagging? Chat, is it me or is it Togi 2 over here?
There we go, Togi 2. No, but that's why I don't lift heavy anymore. It's like for me, it's not worth it. It's just I want to go for longevity and shit like that. Where it's like, no, we're just gonna, especially shoulder press. Because even like a year ago, I messed up a disc. It got, it went well, but I popped one in my neck. I just couldn't move my neck for 3 days because my physical therapist didn't have time for me. Yeah, I was just being an idiot. Like out of nowhere, started doing like, oh, this is easy. I could do it behind the neck, even though I haven't done behind the neck in years.
Yeah.
And that just went wrong.
I mean, you're practicing with those big girls, bro. That's how you have to think about it.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I only love skinny bitches. That's my problem.
No, that's the thing is when you practice on the heavy bitches, when you got a skinny bitch, you're like, yo, shit. Like,
I used to have a girlfriend who I could lift above my head. She found that amazing. Like, she can actually do that? That got her wet. Oh my God, my boyfriend's so strong. It's like, you only are like, what, 50 kilos, which is about 100 pounds.
I remember I F5'd a girl I was dating for a little bit on a trampoline. I thought that was so funny. I fireman carried her and then hit her with the F5, bro. Horrible, bro. Horrible.
I mean, girls love that.
I literally frog splashed her off my tree at my parents' house and shit. That shit was hilarious. What did we do, man? What else did I do? F5. I hit her with the I can't remember the John Cena one, whatever the flip, the one in the back of the flip. But I can't remember that. We used to do all the wrestling moves on the trampoline, but I can't remember what it's fucking called anymore. Jack needs a torta never.
No, we don't do torta, sir. No, absolutely not. No, man. I like them tall, not too tall, but like 5'8", 5'9", maybe.
You don't like a tansel too tall?
A
tansel too tall?
I mean, I'm dating a girl who's 6'2" now, where it's like,
Gene Max, bro. Gene Max, man. Come on.
I know. Lost twin, but no, I'm as neglected. No, what did I say once? I can't remember. Dutch bastard son or something like that. Illegitimate bastard Dutch son. That was it.
Jesus.
The one he doesn't like to talk about.
Me.
Not him. No, but I don't know, man. Like the tall girl, Fort Worth Playboy on Twitter?
No.
He always tweets like tall girls are lonely, and he's right. Tall girls are lonely.
Lonely or lowly?
Lonely.
Oh, lonely. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see it. And what's considered tall? 5'10"?
No, I think like 6 foot for a girl is already tall. But I mean, I'm Dutch, so like half of them is 6 foot in the Netherlands. Like when you go, every time I see some black pillow, like women only want a man who's 6 foot. Where it's like, have you been to Europe? I mean, 6 foot is considered short there. Yeah. If an American goes to Europe, like, no.
Fuck. And what do you think that is? Dairy? More dairy consumption?
I don't know.
Because that's so many big difference I can really tell. I mean, it isn't like food consumption and calories over here in the United States because we eat a shit ton of carbs out here, protein as well. I mean, to me, the one thing I've been noticing lately in the last 15 years is decline in real dairy products.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I do think it's the Whole Foods thing. Like when you look at like the farmers' kids in the Netherlands, they're fucking huge. They're huge, like genetically modified Aryan master race you could think of. Yeah, it's the dairy, the Whole Foods, the meat, you name it. I make a joke to a friend of mine who he had a son, and he kind of started out carnivore diet and things like that, and like his son just wants meat, dairy, things like that, eggs. And I'm like, your son's going to be 7 foot tall, man. He's like, I hope not. I'm like, yeah, man, if you keep feeding your kid like that, it's going to happen. And he's healthy, strong, growing, smart, you name it. I mean, putting your kids on Whole Foods instead of, I mean, biggest.
What about Kroger's? What about Kroger's?
What are Kroger's?
No,
that's cereal, isn't it? That's cereal.
No. It's just like you were saying Whole Foods. That's a grocery store over here in the United States.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you got to put your kid on Whole Foods. What about Kroger's? What about Costco?
What about Target? Target. I do love that meme though, where it's like, no. With that Target is for plebeians. We go to Target. Target.
I do like Target more than Walmart. It's just less ghetto. The ghetto.
Never been.
Walmart, like I didn't want to believe, but some Walmarts are so fucking ghetto, bro. I walk in there, I'm like, oh my god, bro. It's like you're visiting Baghdad.
Oh man, I do know the website people of Walmart.
Yeah, but the deals, some of the deals are good on some stuff, so it's good for certain things, like some medicines and there's good deals for stuff, but like, it just reminds me of something that like back in the day in America, they used to really care about Black Friday. And there's a comedian that said there ain't nothing in Walmart worth dying for. It just stuck with me so much. I heard it. I was like, But yeah, But like, you know what? Like right now, I'm trying to get my son to eat more like eggs because like, you know, choline's really good for his brain and stuff, but he fucking hates it. So like I'm sneaking this shit somehow and I'm like blending his food, sneaking this shit. And he looks at me all weird. He's like, what the fuck? This tastes weird. He's like, he knows when I'm fucking tampering with his food and shit. Like there's a meme of this penguin, like this evil. Let me see if I have it. I'll post memes and shit about it. But like literally as like as soon as my son got better and stuff, I was scheming on shit to get him jacked. Like you know, but like you know, but babies are just sensitive. You can only give them what they can. You know.
Yeah. I always said that if I have children, like they're hers until they're 12. After that, they're mine. I was like, yeah, and you're doing martial arts, and you're gonna go lift, and you're gonna do whatever it takes. You're just gonna. That is one thing. Like, if you could go back, what would you do? Go to the gym sooner.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing what I know now about gym, yeah, I'd probably do gymnastics if I'm being honest. I'd probably do gymnastics.
Oh yeah,
from like 4 or 5 years. That's my master plan. Is I'm gonna put my son into gymnastics pretty early on, and then either just choose baseball, probably baseball, or maybe I mean, that just depends. I don't know how tall he is for basketball, but like probably baseball. And my dad played baseball, so did I, and stuff. So like he'll do pretty good and shit on that.
nice. I put my kid in judo first, and then kickboxing later. And not to make him aggressive or anything, but just understand.
It's unbelievably violent. Yeah. Like
but like unbelievably capable of violence. Mostly that. Like my kickboxing instructor will stay with me till the day I die. That man was just so calm, stoic, easy to get along with.
Right.
And then you'd see him show technique. And you just knew then and there that he could lay waste to the entire dojo if he wanted to. If he wanted to.
If he wanted. Yeah, if he wanted to.
Yeah. Most friendly man you'll ever meet. Most friendly man you ever meet. Calm, stoic, a little bit of gray hair, got the black and white pepper shit going on in his beard. Whatever beard he had, 5 o'clock shadow. And you never expect it. And then he would perform the technique on the bag. And the impact was just like, what?
Oh,
insane. You find the meme?
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. It's like bothering me.
I can't stay too long though. I have to go in a moment.
Yeah, no problem, man. But I got this autism. It's just like this tism and shit.
Don't worry about it.
I have trouble letting shit go.
As you should. You got to be vindictive. I ain't letting that go. I will remember.
Anyway, I'll find it in a little bit. I'm still looking for it, but regardless, yeah, just because I have to concentrate on the show and shit. But it's in here somewhere. It's a meme I've showed multiple times before. But god damn, I have a lot of videos, guys. My lord, if you guys saw the backlog of shit I have, it's crazy, man. Anyway,
I have the same thing. I need to keep updating my iCloud storage, where it's like, Jesus Christ, god damn.
No high school wrestling? Nah, not really. Super gay.
It kind of is. You remember that South Park episode?
Yeah, it's not wrong, dude. I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, like, it's not wrong. I mean, the way. Okay, I'll be for real. There's really a reason why it's not the skill of wrestling. It's what they teach them they basically teach them a mental. They teach them a lot of people who've taken wrestling have told me this, that they picked up a very bad how do I say this? They picked up a very bad habit with food. They have an unhealthy relationship with food because they crash diet and try to make water and lose water weight in order to try, I think that's kind of stupid, basically. Not the training of actual wrestling. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the weight cutting that they put even in high school. They hit certain weight limits and stuff. He's like, let's just say me in high school is probably walking around, I don't know, 285, right? I mean, I'm sorry, 185. Right, you need to go 155, Miguel. And then I mean, I one of my buddies do that shit. I mean, I think they had him cut down to the 60s. It was brutal. He was like, he's like, I can't eat, bro. I can't eat right now. Jesus, dude.
It's the same as powerlifting, and no, not powerlifting, but strongman. Eating for them is not even for enjoyment anymore. It's work.
Right.
pure work, and it's insane. But I think I'm gonna head out. You
Yeah,
okay if I plug my channel?
Yeah, no, get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
No, yeah, I'm plugging. Go ahead. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
For people interested in my shenanigans, I host Rule Zero. I do shows on Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Friday night, and Saturday, depending on if I host or not. You can find my channel in the chat. Miguel, thanks for having me on real quick.
No
Good
problem,
seeing
man.
you. We'll talk soon, okay?
Yeah,
I'll
go
check
ahead.
you later. Cheers.
Later.
Whoop.
And then there was one. Boom. Beautiful. Shout out to him, man. Yeah, no high school wrestling, but probably because if I was going to put him in high school wrestling, I'd rather just put him in some good. I would rather put him in jiu-jitsu. Like I might as well just do the fight, and then that would be a lot better anyway. Like, you know, than the high school shit. If I'm being honest, we go like just in my personal opinion. I just wouldn't want him to get cauliflower ear. That shit's disgusting, man. But it is what it is, man. But yes, let me share my bookmarks here if I can show something to you guys. Where is this here? There's some crazy, say judo or boxing. Yeah, boxing. I mean, boxing would be cool. Yeah. So you guys all know Howard Lucklick, right? Luckwick. I should follow this motherfucker, right? It appears that he borrowed money from Tether and was doing all kinds of weird shit down there in Puerto Rico. There's like a huge like Lucknick Puerto Rico money scheme going on in Puerto Rico with like him and Tether, and as well as like who's that fucking Mighty Ducks guy? I forgot his name. Where is his name? There's a lot of shit going down in El Salvador and in the bro. You gotta not be an island boy, bro. It's a lot of crazy shit going down here, man. Not good, bro. It's not good at all, man. Oh, dude, just because I talked about this yesterday, I forgot to mention it. So I talked about all the chicks in CT. So someone made a list of these are the girls of this cycle. It's crazy. I only recognize like one or two of these chicks. That's what I'm saying. How fucking gay the cycle was. Like these are supposedly like crypto chicks, and like, dog, do you recognize any of these? Like at all? Like she was like the CEO of whatever the fuck, and she was like had this super unrealistic like she basically wanted some 9 out of 10 out of 10 dude when she's barely a fucking 4 or a 3, and like just because she's rich or whatever or makes some okay money. Like this is that chick from the meme that I played earlier in the stream. I mean, who are these? Like I don't even like who. Nope. Nope. Oh well, I think I've seen her. Iggy, of course, but like, yeah, but like, who are these? Like, and then the top ones, right? The Stacys and shit. Like, who? Like, who are these? I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, last cycle, you could name off, like, all right, at least I recognize the name of these chicks, right? And shit. But, like, you don't even, like, that's how bad the cycle is. Like, these were almost like niche girls in, like, these are just essentially, like, half of these are just, like, paid actresses inside of ecosystems. I bet you some of these are fucking from XRP and shit, or, like, random little, like, you know, ecosystems like that. They're being paid to just, like, make dude things. Like, even hot chicks are in this coin. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, the conspiracy theory I had about this shit is like absolutely true, bro. You see what I mean? The two I recognize are from a meme. This bitch, super high standards and like, shut the fuck up, bitch, you're ugly. And this chick was like, I recognize her, but I never even know what her name. I mean, like, this is her meme right here. Like,
I don't drink and I don't party, so it's okay if you have. So it's okay if you have a little side thing as long.
also like catfish AI. I mean, I think they are basically. I mean, the only ones you could say for sure are probably real, are probably like low tier Becky's to sub fives, just because like, but like so much for the bro code. What do you mean? Yeah, but I don't recognize any of these hoes, bro. Let's see. Mel, is she one of these right here? Let's see. Who's this? Mel. Rain bet. There you go. There you go. So she's doing gambling sites and shit. Man, these bitch. I mean, bro, it's fakeness, bro. These fakeness, bro. This what these fuckers are gooning to? Well, she got tits on her at least, but my god, but everything's fake. But hey, it is what it is. I'm telling you, this gene maxing shit's gonna get crazy one of these days, bro. They all turn on each other just to hit. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, they do. They absolutely do. But I digress. Let me share my screen here. Yeah, Sam Clubs is better and stuff. Like I like Costco best, but like, but if I'm being for real, man, like I mean, Target's better. It's less ghetto. At least most Targets, the fucking shit's not. The shit that annoys me the most is like you have to like ask somebody to unlock something for you. But then I started going to some of the bigger cities. All the big cities, even if you go to the fancier places, they're locking everything up. The only thing not locked behind glass is fucking sunscreen. But you do get better bang for your buck dollar wise. I mean, you're getting the best deal. You are. I mean, there is certain thing. I mean, money wise, you are saving money on stuff. But like, it's like you can't actually shop for everything there. Like you should get your meats from somewhere else. But the meats. I mean, it just is what it is, man. You got to shop where you can. Costco has better products, absolutely, but you're spending quite a lot more. So let's go into the FOMC meeting. Let's see what this bastard has to say. Jerome Powell. This came out 3 days ago. Let's check it out.
Good afternoon. My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. The U.S. economy has been expanding at a solid pace. While job gains have remained low, the unemployment rate has been little changed in recent months, and inflation remains somewhat elevated. Today, the FOMC decided to leave our policy rate unchanged. We see the current stance of monetary policy as appropriate to promote progress toward our maximum employment and 2% inflation goals. The implications of developments in the Middle East for the U.S. economy are uncertain. We will remain attentive to risks to both sides of our dual mandate. And I'll have more to say about monetary policy after briefly reviewing economic developments. Available indicators suggest that economic activity has been expanding at a solid pace. Consumer spending has been resilient, and business fixed investment has continued to expand.
Yeah, but like he just said that basically like the economy is expanding, but we're not really the job market seems pretty crap, and basically people aren't getting paid more, but it seems like pretty much it's being supplemented by like the equities market keeps going up, so the top 10% of Americans are 50% of the spending, so their spending power just increased more, and the bottom part of America is doing really bad. It's talking a whole lot of nothing, bro. You're absolutely right. A whole lot of nothing.
In contrast, activity in the housing sector has remained weak. In our summary of economic projections, the median participant projects that real GDP will rise 2.4% this year and 2.3% next year, somewhat stronger than projected in December. In the labor market, the unemployment rate was 4.4% in February and has changed little since late last summer. Job gains have remained low. A good part of the slowing in the pace of job growth over the past year reflects a decline in the growth of the labor force.
So labor force is weakening. No one's hiring for jobs. The housing market's bad. Yet the economy is booming. I don't know about you, but isn't housing like 30% of the economy? 40%? Interesting. And wasn't it Jerome Powell that wanted that we still, I can almost point you, like, you go to meetings back in 23 where he's saying that the housing market just hasn't dipped enough. There, housing services seem to be really strong for making, they're the ones that cause the weakness in the fucking in the housing market on purpose. And now they're crying like, I don't know what's happening, you guys, right now. I don't know what's happening. The housing market's weak right now. It's really weak. Hiring is very weak. Consumer spending is kind of flat, maybe slightly gaining a little bit. The economy is great, you guys. Now the economy is great
due to lower immigration and labor force participation, though labor demand has clearly softened as well. Other indicators, including job openings, layoffs, hiring, and nominal wage growth, generally show little change in recent months. In our SEP, the median projection of the unemployment rate is 4.4% at the end of this year and edges down thereafter. Inflation has eased significantly.
I'll say one thing about that. So let me go back a little bit. Boom, right there. Okay, so they're saying the unemployment rate is going to slightly go up, or they're projecting here the line's going to kind of go like, and then kind of go down. I probably agree with this, especially if the rates go down. Then yeah, the unemployment. But you have to understand this unemployment rate. If you're looking for, this is for people who have been looking for a job a year or less. If you've been looking for a job for over a year and you still haven't found a job, you are taken out of the statistic of the unemployment rate. So the unemployment rate is much higher. It's sort of like whatever they say the unemployment rate is, like double it or triple it, basically, because there's people that like either they've given up looking for a job, they want a job, but they've given up, or they're still looking for a job, but they're just not counted in the data. So this data is already wrong already. And but even with the wrong data, it's showing that the number is going up. So the way you view this data is really the direction. It's accurate in terms of direction. It's not accurate in terms of total number. Yeah, make it make sense. Yeah, I know. It's stupid. So it's sort of like you have a broken scale, but it's broken. And so like if you go on a broken scale and you weigh 200 pounds and it says you weigh 170 or 171, you can go on, if you go on it every week and it's showing the number going down and you go back on it again, now it's 171 and then 168. The trend is correct. You actually are losing weight, but the number's wrong. So that's kind of how it is.
And edges down thereafter. Inflation has eased significantly from its highs in mid-2022, but remains somewhat elevated relative to our 2% longer run goal. Estimates based on the Consumer Price Index and other data indicate that total PCE prices rose 2.8% over the 12 months ending in February, and that excluding the volatile food and energy categories, core PCE prices rose 3.0%. These elevated readings largely reflect inflation in the goods sector, which has been boosted by the effects of tariffs. Near-term measures of inflation expectations have risen in recent weeks, likely reflecting the substantial rise in oil prices caused by the supply disruptions in the Middle East. Most measures of longer-term expectations remain consistent with our 2% inflation goal. The median projection in the SEP for total PCE inflation this year is 2.7% and 2.2% next year, a bit higher than projected in December. Our monetary policy actions are guided by our dual mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. At today's meeting, the committee decided to maintain the target range for the federal.
Oh, the inflation's going up because oil's going up. And because the shipping, basically because there's a bottleneck in terms of being able to ship not just oil from the Strait of Hormuz, but also just other products and services like that. And then some commodity prices have gone up, which then it's passed along to people. So,
funds rate at 3.5 to 3.75%. From last September through December, we lowered our policy rate 0.75 percentage point, bringing it within a range of plausible estimates of neutral. This normalization of our policy stance should continue to help stabilize the labor market while allowing inflation to resume its downward trend toward 2%. But the implications of events in the Middle East for the U.S. economy are uncertain. In the near term, higher energy prices will push up overall inflation, but it is too soon to know the scope and duration of the potential effects on the economy. We will continue to monitor the risks to both sides of our mandate. We are well positioned to determine the extent and timing of additional adjustments to our policy rate based on the incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. In our SEP, FOMC participants wrote down their individual assessments of an appropriate path of the federal funds rate under what each.
Interesting. This looks retarded. Oh my God. Basically unchanged for 26. At least there's some gigachats here that are below 3, but a little bit more here. But like, then you have some retards going up to 4%. Like, look at this. What are we playing Gallica? Like, what are we doing right now, bro? This is terrible. There's no doubt. Like, where we should be is right here, close, skimming 2% right here. That's what we need to be. This is insane. Fuck, man.
Participant judges to be the most likely scenario for the economy. The median participant projects that the appropriate level of the federal funds rate will be 3.4% at the end of this year and 3.1% at the end of next year, unchanged from December. As is always the case, these individual forecasts are subject to uncertainty, and they are not a committee plan or decision. Monetary policy is not on a preset course, and we'll make our decisions on a meeting-by-meeting basis. To conclude, the Fed has been assigned 2 goals for monetary policy: maximum employment and stable prices. We remain committed to supporting maximum employment, bringing inflation sustainably to our 2% goal, and keeping longer-term inflation expectations well anchored.
So based on their own metrics, they're failing at all. Inflation is starting to go back up. They're creating no job growth. The overall sentiment of the market's down. Did you just hear, like, literally, like, it was like everything that he just said was wrong. Like, literally everything they said is like, our main mandate, all your mandates you're failing at, like all of them. Like all of them by your own fucking own admission from your fucking data. Like, inflation's creeping up and we don't like where the inflation's at. The job numbers, we're actually losing job numbers, even with all the immigration we're cutting out. It's not creating enough slack in the labor demand. There's not enough workers. And then on top of that too, we're not hiring. Oh my, bro.
And at the end of next year, unchanged from December. As is always the case, these individual forecasts are subject to uncertainty, and they are not a committee plan or decision. Monetary policy is not on a preset course, and we'll make our decisions on a meeting-by-meeting basis. To conclude, the Fed has been assigned 2 goals for monetary policy: maximum employment and stable prices.
Failed.
We remain committed to supporting maximum employment, bringing inflation sustainably to our 2% goal, and keeping longer-term inflation expectations well anchored.
We'll see.
Our success in delivering on these goals matters to all Americans. We at the Fed will continue to do our jobs with objective and stable prices. Decisions on a meeting-by-meeting basis. To conclude, the Fed has been assigned 2 goals for monetary policy: maximum employment.
Failed. Maximum employment failed.
And stable prices.
Also failed. So what the fuck are we talking about right now? Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle right now, bro, because you're failing at both, bro.
We remain committed to supporting maximum employment, bringing inflation sustainably to our 2% goal, and keeping longer-term inflation expectations well anchored. Our success in delivering on these goals matters to all Americans. We at the Fed will continue to do our jobs with objectivity, integrity, and a deep commitment to serve the American people. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you. Colby Smith of the New York Times. There's been some debate about whether the Fed should look through the inflation that will come from higher oil prices stemming from the Middle East conflict. Is that the right approach at this juncture? And to what extent does the fact that inflation has been above target for roughly 5 years now influence the committee's thinking around this?
So your guidance is to have a 2%? Your inflation's been out of control for fucking 5 years. What's the fucking solution here, dog? Oh my God, bro.
Through the inflation that will come from higher oil prices stemming from the Middle East conflict. Is that the right approach at this juncture? And to what extent does the fact that inflation has been above target for roughly 5 years now influence the committee's thinking around this?
So, first, let me say we're well aware of the performance of inflation over the last few years.
Are you?
A series of shocks have interrupted progress that we've made over time, and that happened most recently with tariffs, and now there will be some effects on inflation coming forward. The thing that's really important that we see this year is progress on inflation through a reduction in goods inflation as the one-time effects on prices of tariffs go through the system, go through the economy. That's the main thing we're looking for going into this exercise. And we need to be seeing that to sort of understand that we actually are making progress, because on net, we didn't make progress. And if you look at total inflation, total core inflation.
Wait. What, did he just say that?
That's the main thing we're looking for going into this exercise. And we need to be seeing that to sort of understand that we actually are making progress, because on net, we didn't make progress.
Dog. Bro, man, it's sort of like he's sort of like a crypto guy that's like, bro, like the bull market's here, dude, in the bear market, and he's like the bear, like, bro, you understand, like we're gonna turn bullish soon, bro. But yeah, we're in a bear market right now, but like we failed, but we didn't fail. Exactly. This is fucking bro. This is fucking bro. Fuck. Oh my God, dude.
And if you look at total inflation, total core inflation, it's about 3%. And some big chunk of that, between 1/2 and 3/4, is actually tariffs. So we're looking for progress on that. The question of whether we look through the energy inflation doesn't really arise until we have kind of checked that box. It, of course, is kind of standard learning that you look through energy shocks, but that's always been dependent on inflation expectations remaining well anchored. And I think now it's also dependent on what you mentioned, which is that broader context of 5 years now of inflation above target. We have to keep all of those things in mind. And the question of looking through when it does arise will be one to approach not lightly, but in the context that you mentioned.
And just on the S&P, can you help us make sense of why there is still a bias to cut for most officials this year, despite the upward revision to headline and core inflation and the essentially unchanged forecast for growth and unemployment? Just curious, kind of what's the genesis behind the need? What's the need for the cut?
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. It's like the data's all getting worse in both directions. So like, why are you trying to cut? Well, because the economy needs it. I mean, basically, he said it themselves. Like, I think 2 or 3 meetings ago, the economy can handle a bit more higher inflation. We basically have they have to lean on 1, 2. So they basically can sacrifice, because they've gotten the inflation more under control, but the jobless numbers aren't getting better, and they're spiraling, and it's really causing havoc in the economy. And if they lower interest rates, they'll cause a wealth effect and cause spending to go up, which can cause some hiring to come back into the market and stuff like that. So like the easiest way to fix the economy right now, or at least give it a band-aid, is to lower interest rates, but they're not doing that. And they should have. We wouldn't be in the biggest pickle right now if they had lowered, if they just lowered an extra, if they just started cutting since January of last year, we would be in a much better position right now. That we'd only be maybe worrying a little bit about inflation right now. Maybe the jobless numbers would be neutral. We wouldn't be growing much, but at least it wouldn't be like there'd only be like a slight fire versus 2 fires.
So, there are 19 people, and so 19 reasons, 19 individual submissions, and if you notice, the median didn't change, but there was actually some movement toward, a meaningful amount of movement toward fewer cuts by people. So 4 or 5 people went from 2 to 1, let's say, 2 cuts to 1 cut. And each person has individual, stories behind what they want to do. But essentially it is that, the forecast is that we will be making progress on inflation. Not as much as we had hoped, but some progress on inflation. It should come as we start to see in the middle of the year, progress on tariffs, going through once and then tariff inflation coming down. We should be seeing that. And, the rate forecast is conditional on the performance of the economy. So if we don't see that progress, then you won't see the rate cut.
Howard.
Thank you. Howard Schneider with Reuters. Just to follow up a little bit and to be clear, is the higher inflation penciled in here for 2026 solely the result of the oil shock or something else?
So that's going to be part of it. But, that wouldn't be most of core, right? So the oil.
So part of it would be a little bit of tariffs, but that's like transitory. So it's kind of like it happens right now and then it just gets priced in and then it just goes down over time. But it's mostly, the oil shock going down as well as commodity prices. We're starting to get a little bit of move in commodity prices. Steel, aluminum, copper are slowly starting to go back or starting to go up. And then those prices get given back to other people, especially if there's a hot war in the ocean and shipping can't get through. Prices are going to go up for things, So, oofa. They're money printing a little bit. I think so far they've money printed officially about $160 billion. They've got $40 billion more to go in April. But because we've money printed December all the way to April, damn near, so in March. So the April printing hasn't started yet. But that $200 billion is a bit of a drop in the bucket because they were running off the balance sheet for a long time and they paid off the overnight repo market. They are using that now, but it's basically not to where it used to be ridiculous, and now they've taken it down to basically near zero, so they can run that back up again and stuff. So there's also money, but a lot of the other inflation is like also money printing that's happening from the other countries are money printing and lowering interest rates, but it kind of weakens their local currency against the United States, and then they use it to buy dollars and stuff. So it's kind of a complicated issue.
Shock for sure shows up here. Some of that will be in core as well, but yes. But no, there's also just the feeling that we haven't seen the progress that we had hoped for on core goods and on tariffs and on the rest of it. So for whatever reason people did write up their inflation forecast, that will certainly be tied to events in the Middle East and the price of oil, but it's also, I think, a reflection of the slow progress we've seen on tariffs, which we believe we will see. It's just a question of how long it takes for them to get all the way through the economy, and it just takes some time.
Right. And is the lack of change in the SEPs, again, just to explicate this a little bit, more due to the expectation that the oil portion of this will pass through, or more out of concern that there is a potential blow to consumption and growth coming in the form of wealth effects with the stock market down, in the form of gas prices, diverting spending from other parts of the economy?
So I didn't get the second part of your
that consumers are going to be potentially diverting money to gasoline from other parts of the economy. There could be a growth shock or a redistribution of spending.
Yeah, and you never think that gasoline prices matter, and they matter at the pump a little bit, but like it's where I think it really hits people. Like, if gasoline, like let's just say if gasoline does go up a little bit, you might be paying an extra $20 to fill up, which is like in the grand scheme of things is not that much, but where it comes in is really the cost of transportation and energy. So like all the trailer trucks, that's where like the savings can be. Because imagine if gasoline actually cut in half, the profitability of the trucking companies would just explode. And as well, the consumer would also have like an extra $40 in their pocket every time they fill up and stuff. So it does add up a little bit, but you feel the pinch basically. You feel the pinch, but the big savings is really in all the transportation and energy costs from all the other things and stuff to move. It's really the cost of moving that around as well. But if gasoline gets cheap enough, then people take trips more. They're more likely to spend just going into faraway places. So like traveling goes up and stuff. So it's oil prices being low is very good.
There, they can hit consumption, wealth effects as well. I guess I'm wondering, is the rate forecast not changing because you think the oil shock is going to be temporary, or because you want to be sure you're positioned in case growth starts to slow?
So the thing I really want to emphasize is that nobody knows. The economics effect could be bigger, they could be smaller, they could be much smaller or much bigger. We just don't know. So people are writing down something that seems to make sense to them, but have no conviction that to your point, if we have if we have a long period of much higher gas prices, that's going to weigh on consumption. That'll weigh on disposable personal income, and it'll weigh on consumption. But we don't know if that's going to happen. Something quite different than that. We might have much lower than expected pass.
Yeah, with the gasoline, like Texas gas went from 250 to 3. Yeah, right now we went from low 3s to like mid 4s here in Vegas. California is like everywhere is $5 to like certain places $7. Yeah, it cost me. Yeah, my car usually, if here in Vegas, like my car usually takes about a full tank would be about $80, $90, give or take. So I'm probably ranging back up to the 100 probably if I had to guess. I haven't filled up my tank yet since I got back from Miami. So I'll tell you guys, but we guys are at 6. Oh, horrible, man. Like I can still find some places low 4s if I really look in Vegas, but I mean it's just convenience, bro. It's like whatever's the fucking fastest, and there's no ghetto people around. Yeah, if we get one more spike, if we can meaningfully stay above 120 on the oil, yeah, it will go up to $8-9 in California. That means you'll reach like $6 probably in Nevada. Texas probably going to $5. That'd be hilarious for Texas. I'm gonna ride my bike. Yeah.
Through. So people write down, this is one of those SEPs where a number of people mentioned if we were ever going to skip an SEP, this would be a good one because we just don't know. So I wouldn't say there's a conviction that this is going to go through quickly or not quickly. It's just you got to write something down, and this is something that is that people wrote down. We don't debate how long. How do you do that? We wouldn't be able to debate what the length of or size of these effects would be. We just have to kind of make an individual statement. And also, what you've written down before you'll be reluctant to move too far away from that just because you don't know. It's so unclear what the direction from this particular end will be. Meanwhile, the growth has been solid. And inflation, the overshoot is mainly from the goods and tariffs. And, the labor market is the unemployment rate, of course, is little changed since September. You have a very, very low break-even rate, apparently, for new jobs with little growth in either demand or supply. But the U.S. economy is doing, pretty well. It's just we don't know what the effects of this will be, and really no one does.
What? I mean, relative to other people, yeah. Relative to all the developed nations, yeah, we're doing pretty good. But like, it's just we're not liking the trend we're going. Damn, bro.
For new jobs with little growth in either demand or supply, but the U.S. economy is doing, pretty well. It's just we don't know what the effects of this will be, and really no one does.
Steve.
Mr. Chair, in the past, the staff has suggested that higher oil prices, they have a hit to consumption, which Howard was talking about, but that's somewhat offset by increase to domestic production. I wonder if you could talk about that dynamic, especially to the extent that how much U.S. production is happening right now.
So the first thing is there is, the original thinking, the long-standing thinking, put it that way, is that you do look through energy shocks. But as I mentioned, that's conditioned on inflation expectations and that kind of thing. So, sorry, your question was?
What the staff is saying about, and has said in the past.
Yeah. So there'd be an offset.
Offsets, yeah.
So that's true. We have, we're a net exporter of energy, right? So any effects on employment and economic activity and spending would be offset to some extent by the fact that our oil companies will be more profitable and they may even do more drilling. If you ask oil companies about doing more drilling, though, they're going to want to see, a consistent rise in oil prices from where they were before the buildup for the war. and they're going to want to believe that that's going to be persistent for a fairly long time. So they're not sitting there waiting for oil to go over $70 a barrel, and then they're going to start drilling or whatever. They're going to make a reasoned, careful judgment that we're going to have higher oil prices for an extended period, meaningfully higher. So I wouldn't say there's
This as a tired Hexican, I'm DCing now throughout the year, and just Sui Solana is the play. Solana for sure. Get some Ethereum, dog. Get some Ethereum, and the play probably base once it comes out. Aerodrome. Molt. Wait, is that the Molt bot, or is that the one with the monkey? Space Bank. I saw your super chat from earlier. But Economist, that's what I would do, brother. I mean, I told a lot of people in the Hex community, have your bag, but also have other, things where you can make some money and stuff like that. But I'm here 10 ETH, dog. Try to get 10 ETH. Build it up, dog. ETH is going to go close to a G. That's when you ape in. Solana is going to go to $50, $60, 40 if we get really low. That's where you stack up that you try to get that 100 soul. You know what I mean? Hope that helps.
much of that happening. Not much will be happening now, but some of that could happen over time if you see that. But so the net of the oil shock will still be some downward pressure on spending and employment and upward pressure on inflation, of course.
And if I could just follow up on Colby's question, how much do you worry that having looked through tariff inflation and inflation running above target and looking through the oil price shock would undermine the credibility of your commitment to the 2% target?
We have to do our analysis and think these things through carefully. But
this is a good question. Basically saying the oil market's going to force your hand where you're going to have to pick one of them, and you're going to have to give up on one of them. Is are you going to let employment get so shitted down in order? Because if you increase rates, you'll crush the inflation, hopefully. But then what will happen is you'll also crush the labor market so bad that you'll send us into a fucking depression. And you don't want that. So it's like this balancing act where they put themselves in this position. They wouldn't be in this position right now. If they started cutting rates earlier, the job market would be stronger. Equities would have pumped higher. And crypto would have got a new all-time high. There'd be capital in the market to survive the downturn. And then as they raise rates or wanted to raise rates to kind of quell the inflation down from the oil stuff, but they chose to be assholes. So they didn't give us the bull run we wanted in 25. So now they got to deal with this shit, motherfucker. Who fucked you? Who fucked you at a new all-time high of Bitcoin? This motherfucker. That's what it is.
of course, that's on everyone's mind. We're well aware of the history, but you don't want to overreact to that. You want to make the best judgment you can based on the facts. I don't think we're going to let it color our decision making more than is appropriate. It's more the thought that it's been 5 years, and we've actually had we had the tariff shock, we had the pandemic, and now we have an energy shock of some size and duration. We don't know what that's going to be actually, and it's one of those things where it's a repeated set of things, and you worry that that's the kind of thing that can cause trouble for inflation expectations. And so we worry a lot about that. And we are very strongly committed to doing what it takes to keep inflation expectations anchored at 2%. And, I think it's important that we do that. Very important.
Nick.
Nick Tamaros, Wall Street Journal. Chair Powell, you've described monetary policy as modestly restrictive. If the unemployment rate is roughly stable, inflation moving sideways in the high twos, with an ongoing overshoot in services and non-housing services, not just goods, and the economy doing fairly well as you just outlined, what gives you confidence that inflation returns to target over the next couple of years?
Okay, so I would say that the rate is, you can characterize it as in the high end of neutral, or you can characterize it as perhaps mildly restrictive, even modestly restrictive. No one knows for sure, but it's in that range where it's somewhere around the borderline between restrictive and not. Remember that a big part of the disinflation we're looking for is just the runoff of when tariffs are put into place. Of course, what they do is they raise prices to some extent, to the extent those prices are the tariffs are paid by consumers, on a one-time basis. And we're waiting for that process. It takes 8, 9, 10, 11 months a year to go through the system, and we're waiting for the tariffs, which were put in place over the course of the middle part and later last year. We're waiting for that to go through the system, so that goods inflation will return closer to what it's always been. I mean, it used to be for many years it was negative, and then the year before tariffs came in, it was 0, and it's running at like 2% now. So. And so that's kind of goods inflation is running at 2%. So that's not coming from standard Phillips curve restrictive, restrictive policy. It's coming from the runoff of a one-time thing. We also think it's important, though, to keep policy either mildly restrictive or close to that, but not too restrictive because of the weakness in the downside risk in the labor market. We are balancing these two goals in a situation where the risks to the labor market are to the downside, which would call for lower rates, and the risks to inflation are to the upside, which would call for higher rates or not cutting anyway. So we're in a difficult situation, and we feel like our framework calls on us to balance the risks, and we feel like where we are now is just kind of on that borderline, the higher borderline of restrictive versus not restrictive. We feel like that's the right place to be.
Can I ask about core non-housing services, though? Because there are some people who think that it hasn't come down very much, if at all, over the past year. If wage growth has come down, if the labor market has loosened, why has non-housing services inflation maybe been slower to follow?
It's a good question.
That's a good question. It's frustrating. Labor non-housing services they basically moved sideways for a year. They're at the same level, and we do expect that they will come down. But
the boomers are being very reluctant to lower their house price. I mean, they're basically holding. They're like, they don't want to lower their houses, so it's like this weird thing where the boomers are like, because the boomers are using this house to. The average boomer doesn't have enough to retire, so the retirement, a lot of the people is basically to sell the house in order to give them that capital to be able to have a retirement, or at least the capital to have a good part of a retirement for a while and stuff like that. So like they need to hit. So a lot of boomers are just trying to hit a certain numbered nut on the real estate, so they're just not selling off, or they're like, if they don't get that, then they're trying to rent it out, and it's just that's what's going on.
But it's a bunch of idiosyncratic things. But at the same time, that is one of the things we should be seeing, because to your point, the labor market is clearly not a source of inflationary pressures, and that should really matter for non-housing services. But we're not seeing progress there. So we do, what we expect for next year is continued. What we want to see for this year, rather, is continued progress on housing services. Finally seeing that, the goods inflation come back down because the one-time effects of tariffs are through, and then also get some help from non-housing services. That's what we'd like to see. But it's a good question why we didn't see much of that last year.
Edward. Thanks, Chappelle. Edward Lawrence with Fox Business. So in December, we saw employment numbers revised down to negative 17,000. January revised down. February posted a loss of 92,000. Is the employment side a far greater risk than the inflation side? Because we are seeing inflation, CPI is close to 2%. PCE has ticked down overall.
It's really, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that that's clear at all, that one is more at risk than the other. So you can point to the unemployment rate being stable, and, in a world where both supply and demand for workers have come down very, very sharply over the course of the past year due to immigration policy largely, a ratio is going to be a better thing to look at than job creation, for example. So, and the ratio is the unemployment rate, and it's been stable since September. So that tells you that. Inflation, you can we're at 3.0% core. Inflation 2.8% headline. So we've been well above the 2%, that amount, whatever it is, 0.7, 0.8, or a full percentage point above 2% for some time. And that's a concern. We need to get back down to 2%, and we need to keep focused on that, even though we do now face some new inflation from energy. So I'd be hard pressed to say that one of them is obviously more at risk than the other.
And if I may, what happens if there's no Federal Reserve chairman confirmed on May 15th? Would you stay on?
So if my successor is not confirmed by the end of my term as chair, I would serve as chair pro tem. If it is confirmed. That is what the law calls for. That's what we've done on several.
Fucked up the ass no lube with that. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure it's confirmed, but what the fuck?
So if my successor is not confirmed by the end of my term as chair, I would serve as chair pro tem until he is confirmed. That is what the law calls for. That's what we've done on several occasions, including involving me, and it's what we're gonna
Basically said if they can't decide on who's to replace me, then I'll just keep serving as the Fed chairman until they decide. Oh my God, bro. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my
On the
God.
question whether I will leave while the investigation is ongoing, I have no intention of leaving the board until the investigation is well and truly over with transparency and finality. And I would refer you to the statement that was in the Fed's brief that you all have seen, and I won't have anything more for you on that. On the question of whether I will then continue to serve as a governor after my term ends and after the investigation is over, I have not made that decision yet. And I will make that decision based on what I think is best for the institution and for the people we serve. Figuring you probably were going to set the dominoes off there, Edward. And I'm not going to have any more to say on those issues, by the way.
Thank you very much. Claire Jones from the Financial Times. People have drawn quite a few historical parallels with the current situation. We've seen oil price shocks in the past. Some people have said the first Gulf War and the Fed's response to that, where there was a focus on the growth risks, is the right parallel. To what extent would you agree with that, and to what extent do you think we're in a different place today? Thank you.
You know, it's really hard to say until we see the situation, the actual situation. In some circumstances, that might be the right case. In fact, for example, if we do see the kinds of disinflationary progress that we expect to see due to tariffs that I mentioned, I think it's hard to say, and it will depend to some extent on the size and duration of the effects we're seeing on prices, and it will depend a lot on what we can see in inflation expectations.
And just one follow-up, if I may, just on the BLS report that was mentioned briefly there. It doesn't seem from the projections or from the comments you've made today about the unemployment rate and focusing on that your view on the labour market story, to a large part being a supply side story, has changed despite the quite negative number in February. Would that be the right take? And was there anyone else in the room who thought differently, and that the February jobs report was cause for concern?
So I think you have to take the two together. You know, in a way, the January report was a positive surprise, and the February report was a negative surprise. If you put them together, you get something in the middle, and I think you have to really, as you do, I'm sure, realize there was a strike and there was weather, and that's about 80,000 of the negative effect total on the February report. Notwithstanding that, so what do you see if you take a step back overall? There are a number of indicators that suggest a degree of stability, but the thing that I think good number of people on the committee are concerned about is just the very, very low level of job creation. If you adjust what has been the trend job creation over the past, let's say, 6 months, if you adjust that for what we think, our staff thinks, is the overstatement due to overcounting, effectively there's zero net job creation in the private sector. But actually that looks like that's about what the economy needs in terms of dealing with very, very low, non-existent really, growth in the labor force, which of course we've never had in our history. So you've got a sort of a zero employment growth equilibrium. Now that's balance, okay, but I would say it does have a feel of downside risk, and it's not kind of a really comfortable balance. So we look at that, we see it, we get it, and I mean everybody understands the arithmetic, and that's you can say the break even is zero, but nonetheless it's something we're watching carefully, and are concerned about. But ultimately, though, you can argue that it's a consequence of deliberate policy, which is really the changes to immigration, because that's the biggest factor there. And but nonetheless, something we watch carefully.
Andrew.
Thanks, Chair Powell. The economy's experienced a series of supply shocks in the last few years, COVID, tariffs, 2 oil price shocks. Do you think that is bad luck, or has something changed in the world that makes supply shocks more common? And does the central bank need to start taking account of the risk of supply shocks as a more common problem?
Interesting question.
You know, we did go through a long period where the shocks were all demand shocks. And, you know, so we've had a lot of practice thinking about supply shocks in the last 4 or 5 years for sure. And it's just a very different thing and a very much more difficult thing, because it does immediately raise the question of tension between the two parts of our mandate. But, you know, has the world changed? I mean, COVID is a one-time thing, right? This energy supply shock is a one-time thing. It's not because of some broad tendency or anything, I don't think. And you know, the oil shock with Ukraine was also a consequence of military action. So I don't know that the world has changed in a way that there'll be more supply shocks. But you know, there's people have written that paper and that speech a number of times. A number of people have tried to make the case that is the case. And in fact, we have seen more supply shocks in the last 5 years than we've seen in many years before that. It's a fact.
Okay. You said last year that the Fed was reviewing its
This motherfucker was trying to blame Trump for that. I mean, partly, but like the whole COVID thing happened and stuff, and then we're deglobalizing. I mean, that's what it is. But these supply shocks are happening in order. So if war breaks out, true war breaks out, if a country goes down because of natural disaster, our supply lines aren't fucked, because we figured out during COVID, if China goes down, there's not much pharmaceuticals and there's not much derivatives and pharmaceutical. I mean, there's just so much shit that doesn't come out of there. So that's why there's been a great migration out of China.
Communication strategies, including the SEP as part of its framework review. Whatever happened to that? And I have like 5 follow-ups to that, but you know, I guess, you know, what would you change about Fed communications if you had the time? Thanks.
What happened about that was not much, and I'll tell you why. So, you know, we looked carefully at many aspects of the SEP and of our communications, and there weren't any ideas that had very broad support on the committee. And you don't want to make a change to your communications unless you have the committee behind that. So we didn't really make any changes on that. I had hoped that they had some things that I wanted to do, but they didn't attract broad support, and we'd already made all the changes we made to the framework. That was a critical thing. So we didn't. And, I wish we had been able to do some things, but we didn't. So maybe the next chair will take a look. I'm sure he will.
Michael McKee from Bloomberg Television and Radio. The minutes show in January, some members of the committee wanted to include a two-sided guidance on policy. Was that discussed today? And given the rise in the inflation expectations, how much support for a two-sided policy warning would there be?
So it did come up today. The policy that the possibility rather that our next move might be an increase did come up at the meeting, as it did at the last meeting. The vast majority of participants don't see that as their base case. And of course, we don't take things off the table. But you correctly characterized, what was in the minutes that several participants indicated, and something very much like that conversation did happen. What was your second question, though?
I was just one question there, but follow-up would be, there are a lot of goods besides oil that are trapped in the Strait right now, and a lot of supply chains getting snarled. How much concern do you have about whether, if this becomes an inflation problem beyond just oil, whether there's anything you can do about it or would do about it, given the efficacies of monetary policy?
You can worry about other commodities. You can worry about all of the ways that oil-related commodities go into manufacturing and that kind of thing. The truth is, it's completely out of our hands, and we just, like everybody else, we have to just wait and see what happens. And it'll come down to how long, current situation lasts, and then what are the effects on.
I really feel like he's
on
saying nothing at all.
prices, and then how do consumers react and that kind of thing. Really, I wouldn't speculate in any way, and there's really not a lot we can do other than kind of watch and see.
Afternoon, Chair Powell. Maria Luisa Capurro with Bloomberg News. I wanted to ask you, you said longer-term measures of inflation expectations reflect confidence that the Fed will get back to its 2% goal, but there are some colleagues of yours who have pointed to higher dispersion in household service, in business services as well. So, and that they take as a signal that inflation expectations may be less sticky than in the past. I'm wondering if there was a discussion around that at this meeting across the committee.
She literally asked a
and
question
what
that I
were
don't
your
understand.
views of what is the state of inflation expectations and the risks from higher oil and gas prices.
So at this meeting, I mean,
I'm gonna stop it here. They basically just asked the same fucking question. They're just asking the same fucking question over and over and over and over. I mean, it's like oil, 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 oi, 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 oi.
Yeah, you know what the fuck going on? It's your boy Giggle. Hey, my name Giggle, but ain't shit funny, bitch. Shout out my boy Roy. Hey, we recording this shit at the Wynn Casino live at the top floor, but we at Encore. Man, I'm about to let this shit ride. Let's go.
We get money that boys don't, that's why they mad. SRTs and tinted windows, we matched up when we roll past. 250 in all blues, I fell asleep holding some cash. I fuck my op bitch, now that boy, he start my page, that shit is savage. I heard this money on my head, come get your bag. That boy said he gon' do what? Put a couch, she beg, he won't do that. Track our Jeep and it's all black, I got big trophy on my neck.
Oh my god, man. But that's what's going on, you guys, man. That is fucking crazy. That is crazy. He said that he might be, yeah, shit thumping, bro. I'll throw it in the Citadel right now. We will be having Moon. So tomorrow we'll have our stream in Moon Gang at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live from the Las Vegas. And we got some special stuff. We're going to announce a bunch of things on that Moon Gang. So don't miss that out, you guys. Thank you much for joining me, man. The rate cuts happened. It didn't happen. There's probably not going to be a rate cut at all. They're even talking about possibly a rate increase, possibly, but it's going to be I think it's very unlikely on the April 29th meeting. As well as there's basically looks like there's going to be it's the same old. Like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. They didn't lower rates fast enough, so now like the inflation's starting to go up, and now like fuck, and then but if they raise rates, they fuck over the labor market, and the labor market will then be fucked, and then that'll send us even more. So they're just in a hard place because they should have cut interest rates lower in 25, at least 75 more basis points or 100 more basis points. We'd be in a better position right now. We would have had a better bull run. The crypto market would have pumped harder. The stock market would have pumped harder. I think the labor market would just be neutral or slightly better than it is right now. And that would give them the strength to maybe raise rates tinily in order to get the inflation down if it became such a problem. Can I get a quick overview? What you talking about Molt? I know you super chatted about it, but yeah, we can talk about it. Let's see. Where is it? Do I not have it? Which one is it? Is it Molt Book or is it Monkey Cult? Which one is it? Just let me know. Which one is it? What else do I have here? Oh, nice. I thought maybe you're gonna go into some sort of like AI play, but Monkey Cult. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Just came out. 69 million. It's basically near its top right now, but I mean, there's not much to chart on. It's been out. Well, it's been out for a couple days, quite a few. Let's see. How many weeks has it been out? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total weeks. So it's been around a while. It's not bad. It looks to me like it's due for a correction. But in these market caps, it hasn't had the big correction yet. So like it could spurg up to like 11. The next range I see for this would be like 8.4 million. And then after that, it'd be like 11.1. And then the big drawdown back down to like probably like 2 million. So yeah, I know. Yeah, of course, yeah. But that's why I was like, I was like, oh, okay, it's getting back in action at some point. But that's what I see with the coin right now. I mean, let me see what it does in terms of like, obviously it's a meme coin. There's really not much on it. It's just a meme coin. It's you're more of in a danger zone on this and stuff because it's already at $6.9 million. It hit about 7 million for a second. It looks, if it doesn't get another ramp up in the next couple days, it's going to fucking head down to probably right there, like 2 million. Yeah. Consolidate there. If it can't break out of this 2 million zone, it's going to head down to like 1 million. And then after that, if it cracks, then it's fucked, basically. Got it from B Roots. Yeah. It can run. It's like it just needs support, basically, but like this is like a danger zone right now on it and stuff like that. But if big streamers talk about it, it can keep pumping. But like I haven't heard too much about it myself personally, but I mean, I wish it well. I mean, shit. To me, it just seems like there's just a lot of resistance always around like the $10 to $1 million range. Most coins like lose all their traction around 8, 9, 10, 11 million, and then they have their drawdown. Sometimes 13 million, but I saw that more earlier in the when we were actually in a bull run. Fuck it, 17 black. That's right. That's right, you guys. We are going to be having, for people who don't know, the Crypto Mindset Mega Course is live right now. We are now taking crypto. Finally, you guys, if you want to accept crypto, send an email at support@cultivatecrypto.com. You will get 10% off. We accept all cryptos now. This took a minute to set up, you guys, but we now take Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Pulse Chain. You're like, I'm mad at Richard. Dump it here, bros. Fuck it, 17 black. You take an XRP? Yes, we do take XRP, I believe. Let me just double check XRP. XRP. Yep. You want to dump that filthy fucking Ripple? Dump it, bro. And if you're in the Citadel, you can stack that with the Citadel discount. Woo! Woo! Chad shit, bro. We taking it all, bro. Check the list though. The only one with the like, do you take proof? Not maybe. I am not too sure, but probably not. Well, I mean, let me check. Let me go back to this. No, it's probably just too new. It's probably too new and stuff. Eventually, I think it'd get added. But if hey man, get 10% off, dump. If you think that crypto's gonna go down, dump it right now while it's still worth something and shit. Hit the 10%, and you're getting a 10% discount on that. So it's like you're literally getting 10% more out of your money if you're gonna get into the course. And two, that's what it is, man. Hey, sell some of that Bitcoin, Ethereum, especially if it's gonna go lower. Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to down at least another 30-40%. So you're literally selling the Bitcoin at 10% higher because you're saving on that. So damn, dog. It's kind of nice. 20 webinars, 2 days on, 2 days off. 2 days on, 2 days off. The whole month of April and a portion of May, we're going to be completely off of YouTube, you guys, man. We got some sauce for you guys tomorrow. So join up today, man. And thank you so much for joining me, man. My next stream will be tomorrow on Charlie's channel. We'll be doing the Moon Gang at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Catch you then, bro.
You buy this for $39.99. Guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. You're picking up chicks. Let me tell you something. You buy this set at $39.99, baby. You're the cock of the walk, man. You walk into the bar and you just find the hottest chick and you go, you, me. Guess what? She says, why would I go out with you? Because I bought the deal on Wild West Deals for $39.99. That's why. She says, can I go home with you? That's how simple it is. That's how it works. That's what this set brings to the table.
Because you know what she sees? She sees a man who knows what he wants. She sees a man who says, good deals don't get by me, baby. I move, I act quick, I act now. I go to wildwestdeals.com, boom. That's why you're hanging with chicks all night long. That's why you got guys like Michael Jordan calling you, wanting to hang out with you, baby. Because you bought it for $39.99.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall